Yo, what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it live in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruptions. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it, I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama, they keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters need to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it live in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it live in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast. A podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it live in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruptions. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it, I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama, they keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters need to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it live in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, know Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out, get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation Podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introductions. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruptions. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out, get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation Podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their bag like, what's up?
What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo.
Yo, what is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? Welcome to another episode of the What's Up PlayStation Podcast. Episode 130 to be exact. Yes, we are climbing up the ranks over here at the What's Up PlayStation Podcast. We see the beautiful people in the chat. What is good, PlayStation Nation? What is good, WUPS Nation? We appreciate you guys coming through, man, every Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern time to hang out with the WUPS crew. You know what I mean? We appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that have been recently subscribing to What's Up PlayStation Podcast. Hopefully you all enjoy your stay here. Look for all the new content, but also check out all of the old content. There's 130 episodes of What's Up PlayStation Podcast here, and we want you. Check us out. Well, what is good, guys, man? What is good, PlayStation Nation? Welcome, like I said, to episode 130 to What's Up PlayStation Podcast. If you're new here, once again, we are a PlayStation-centric podcast where we talk about the latest, the greatest, the good, the bad, the ugly news of PlayStation throughout the week. I am one of your hosts, Jay Bari, and I got the best lisp on YouTube, and I want to ask you guys a question. How does my lips look? Yeah, shake your head. You talking about, oh, you would have asked him. Talking about you would have asked him. You ain't bold, Bari. You ain't gonna do it. Yes, I did. Man. But as you can see, it's a two-man show over here, man. The guy down there, he's over here shaking his head. He's over here. You know what I mean? That's shaking his head upsettingly. but I'm pretty sure he's not going to be upset for long as we talk about some of the news that we're going to be talking about. Yo, Persona, what is good, man? The card god himself, Mr. Marisa. What is up, boy? What is up, my G?
Yo, what's good, people, man? It's your boy Persona, man, gaming with Persona, one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast crew. Yo, big shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We definitely appreciate you guys coming through, rocking out with us on this Saturday morning, episode 130 of What's Up PlayStation podcast. And I can't believe, Bar, you asked that question. I honestly didn't think you were going to do it, but I forgot who I was talking to before we went live. I should have known that he was going to do it because that's Bari, best lisp on YouTube. But listen, guys, we are 5 days away from one of the greatest games to release of this year, Final Fantasy 16. I'm hype. Your boy's been gaming, man. I've been playing some games, man, getting some last minute things done and whatnot. But yo, I'm happy to be here, man. I don't look forward to like nothing else on a Saturday but the WUPS podcast, man, with my bro Bari and chilling out with the WUPS community. So shout out to y'all, man.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, we really do appreciate you guys showing support to the podcast. You know, coming out here every week, hanging out with us early in the morning. You know, we've been attracting some weirdos as well. But we always welcome the weirdos as well, man. You know what I mean? Just be respectful in the chat, and you know, we'll rock out with anybody out here, man. But yeah, PlayStation centric podcast.
A lot of weirdos. A lot of weirdos.
I wonder where they're coming from.
Weirdos. I wonder where they're coming from as well, man. You know, I don't know, man. Just a lot of weirdos been in the chat, in the comments, on Twitter. I know the world is filled with weirdos, but geez, man, we just two cool dudes from New York, Barry. Like, what did we do?
Imagine the people that you know, love to state that it's my opinion, but they're arguing against two individuals' opinions. Kind of crazy.
Exactly. It's crazy, right? Especially when you're even more critical about your console preference. You know, Barry, like I know you, Barry, you're very critical when it comes to PlayStation. Sometimes too critical to some people in the community. They think that you're too critical.
Sometimes very critical, where, you know, a lot of PlayStation, you know, developers, they kind of upset at your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, and myself as well. You know, me and Barry are both very critical people of the console we prefer. So if we're critical of the console we prefer, of course we're gonna be critical of everything else in gaming because we love gaming. You know, that's just how it is. But unfortunately, the world is filled with a lot of weirdos whose moms probably didn't hug them at birth. Who knows? I don't know.
Man.
But you know, such is life. Only thing I can tell you is get therapy.
Yo, before we start the show too, man, we got some little housekeeping stuff to announce. Next weekend there will be no What's Up PlayStation podcast. You know, when it comes to, you know, our most anticipated game or games that we're super hyped for, you know, we tend to take that weekend off just to play the game, and then we come back really strong and, you know, give our opinions and whatnot. So that's a reminder for you guys. Next weekend there will be no What's Up PlayStation podcast. We'll continue at the end of the month. I think that's like what, the 30th or something like that. I know it's like
the 31st.
Is it 31st? Let me just make sure.
No, it's July 1st.
Oh,
actually.
July 1st. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which is gonna be a, you know, like a weekend holiday. So, you know what I mean? Yep. Yeah, that's a reminder. I mean, I'm pretty sure anybody that, you know, rock with us, and they pretty much know that we do take those weekends off. You know what I mean? Also, I gotta get a big shout out to Alana Pierce, man.
Oh, that Pierce merch fire.
Yo, I saw her Pierce merch when she was doing her charity boxing thing. I was like, yo, she got some really nice stuff up here. Yeah, I really wanted to buy like another shirt or whatnot, but I was like, you know, I just buy the hoodie. A lot of stuff like I think it was like going out of sale. There's like time period or whatnot. But yo, she got really dope merch, man. I don't know if it's still up, but I think it's called Pierce merch. I gotta get the website if you guys are interested and want to look at it. You know what I mean? I do like supporting, you know, people's merchandise that has really, really good merchandise. A lot of people in this community, I've bought their merchandise. I'm pretty sure Persona bought their merchandise. You know, they got some cool swag stuff, man. You know what I mean? Just walking around, you know what I mean? Going to the supermarket, going to the store, rocking some merch. And people like, ooh, especially the WUPS merch. Especially the WUPS merch, where you guys can get at wupsmerch.com, where you can get me and Persona on your shirt, on your chest. You know what I mean? Out here, man. On your chest. Speak from it. You know, also let you guys know that this episode is going to be a very, very short episode. Not like it's not going to be a very, very short, but it's going to be not as long as the previous episodes, just due to there wasn't that much news this week, but we're going to be talking about all the game conferences. Well, not all of them, but the one that pertain that have PlayStation you know, games shown there. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that, and we got a few news topics that we're going to talk about with the show, man. But Persona, man, how was your week? Everything good? Everything all right?
Yo, man, listen, I gotta be honest, man. This week has been pretty rough for your boy Bari, especially work-wise, because they know I'm going on vacation next week. You know how it goes when you going on vacation. People pile things on you. Pause.
Oh yeah,
and it's just like, oh yeah, Persona, do this. Persona, I need this. Persona, I need. You know, the deadline for this is this. You can't go. You can't. So like this whole week, because next week I'm only there 2 days, and then I'm vacation for like the next 2 weeks after that. So I'm like, yo, I don't like having too many things linger before I go on vacation. So I'm like I'm like doing everything, man. I'm in meetings, I'm in this and that, doing this, setting everything up. So this week has been a really, really, really tiring week for me, honestly. Gaming wise, man, yo, you already know, man, gaming as much as we can, you know, once responsibilities are done. Beat the Diablo 4 campaign yesterday. Oh, something must have happened in the chat that was loud, because Bari. Hey, yo, Bari, I'm sitting there looking. See, hey, yo, that notification must have been loud as fuck, bro.
Listen, y'all want some good headphones, man? Get these Audio Technicas, man.
Hey, yo,
like, yo.
Hey, yo, that notification must have been loud, because I know that she scared the hell out of you. Yo, gaming wise though, man, beat the Diablo 4 campaign yesterday. Me and Bari, shout out to my bro Bari, man. He helped me through the rest of my story so I could get to where he was at, so we could both beat the story. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that final fight with Lilith,
oh, amazing,
incredible. And like I said, shout out to my bro Bari, man. We when it comes to games like that, man, me and Bari are always in sync. When it comes to like knowing what to do and having a strategy, we don't really got to talk too much. We know the strat. You feel me? And so, you know, it was really fun, man. I love that campaign. Yo, Diablo 4 campaign was fantastic. I'm gonna talk about it later on in our spotlight. And yeah, you know, playing Street Fighter with folks in the community, doing some ranked and stuff like that. And playing some little bit of COD, man. Definitely gonna play some COD this weekend with the community as well. You know, get a little couple COD matches in. And yeah, man, that's really it, man. You know, my week has been great. But Bari, what about you, man? How was your week?
Yeah, I mean, my week been pretty good, man. Very, very busy week. I'm gearing up, you know, for, you know, vacation, like you said. You know how people are, man. They be like, yo, listen, man, what are you doing? Where are you going?
Yo,
oh, where? That's what you're doing? That's where you're going?
Yep.
I need this assignment done by tomorrow. I'm like, okay. But nah, man, it's been a pretty cool week, gaming wise. Listen, I've been having the time of my life, man. I think 2023 has been an amazing year for me personally. A lot of games being played, a lot of games being completed, and yeah, like back to back. I just been enjoying it. You know what I mean? Now that we have Diablo 4 beat, you know, there's certain games I want to go back to. You know what I mean? Like I really want to complete like the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster stuff again. You know, those games again with the Pixel Remaster. I want to there's like a few trophies in Spider-Man Remastered that I want to clean up as well. And I want to do that stuff before like, you know, Friday or when Final Fantasy 16 hit, which is what, Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday.
You know what I mean? And so yeah, there's just a lot of stuff gaming wise that's been enjoying thoroughly. And yeah, I have no real complaints when it comes to gaming. You know what I mean? I think especially next week, then following everything after. Oh man, we about to be in the glory days, man. We're about to be in the glory days because it's gonna be
Yo,
back to back to
facts.
back to back to back stuff. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. It's been a just a chill week. Nothing really too crazy. Looking forward to doing some adult stuff this weekend. Probably play some more Street Fighter 6, where I'm just gonna play some rank and try to rank up. And that's pretty much it, man. You know what I mean? But also, before we start as well, man, make sure you guys check out Plus on Block podcast, guys. Plus on Block podcast, where they're going to be hosting. They're going to be doing next week a combo challenge. So if you guys want to participate in the combo challenge, definitely head on over here. I'm going to show the link right here for you guys, where all you have to do to sign up is subscribe to the YouTube channel and join the Discord. They have a new link for the Discord as well that's up, where you can join the Discord. So it's a $300 prize pot being available right now. That's for the winner that wins the combo challenge. And yeah, it doesn't matter if you're like a beginner, immediate, advanced. Anybody can join up. All you got to do is follow the simple rules, join the Discord, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make sure in the Discord they have a chat there where it's called like the Ultimate Combo Challenge. You post your video there in that chat, and that's pretty much it. You're entered. So very, very easy. Here's some rules here. It must be an actual combo. Stuns is okay, but no resets. And the winners will be picked live on the 25th when they do their podcast on Sunday. You know what I mean? So it's very, very easy to sign up. Hopefully we see more people, submit their stuff. And like I said, from beginners to immediate to advanced, everybody can participate. Everybody can join up within the podcast. I mean, within the combo challenge. So just wanted to put that out there, you know what I mean, in case anybody's a little scared or a little timid. Don't worry about that. I'm not the best at combos like that. I submitted my stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm submitting mine this weekend as well. So, and I'm not the best either. So, everyone is welcome, man. I don't want anybody to feel discouraged from participating, because it's great to have stuff like this from folks in the community, man. And the Plus on Block boys are good dudes, man. Like, we've known them for years. These are really, really good dudes that we are happy to support. So definitely check them out and participate in the contest if you can.
Simple, easy, light work. You know what I mean? All right, Persona, man. Let's start this show, man. Let's get into the rigmarole. Let's let the people know, the PlayStation Nation know, the games for the week. As I try to close out this little app here. 1 second. It will close. Ain't worried about it. But let's get into it, man. This is the games.
Before we do anything, let's get these super chats and these memberships, man. Yo, big shout out to Viper, man. Appreciate you so much for the super chat, bro. He says, "What's cool is my vacation dates line up with those 2 weekends." LOL. So the weekend we taking off, and then when we come back is shout out to Viper, man. If y'all don't know, Viper does our timestamps and everything on the channel, and he keeps us honest when it comes to the trophies. Because sometimes we forget, and Viper will be in that chat and he'll be like, "Hey, WUPS, where's my trophies?"
Yeah, I did a lot this week.
Yeah. So big shout out to Viper, man. We appreciate you, Viper, man. And that vacation is definitely well deserved, man. So shout out to you, bro. Hope you enjoy it. And then big shout out to DC Gaming, man, gifting 5 WUPS Nation memberships. DC, we appreciate you always, man. Big shout out to you, bro. And shout out to the new members, man. We got Cloud Strife in the building.
Whoa, it's all time.
Fire. Ice Queen Gaming.
Whoa.
Carl Anchor. Whoa. True Virgil. And Alex E becoming members on the channel. Thanks to DC Gaming. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to everybody becoming members. We appreciate y'all so much.
Yeah, thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Yo, DC, shout out to you, man. DC, a good dude. Community.
Very good dude.
My fellow light-skinned brother. You know what I mean? We out here, man. But let's start the show as we talk about the games for the week. Shout out to Push Square once again. Putting out the games for the week. These are the new PlayStation 5 to PlayStation 4 games this week, June 12th to the 18th. and let's see the games that you guys, Persona, have bought. All right, so the first game,
one or two things.
First game we have here is Danmaku Ultimate Unlimited 3 for the PS4. Then we have Dordogni for the PlayStation 5 before. Did I pronounce that right? Dordogni? Dordogni? Go ahead.
I was gonna try to sound it out, but yeah, I think the dogni. Y'all
let us know, man. Somebody do like a pronunciation on Twitter. Say, listen, WUPS, this is how the game is pronounced. Okay. Let us know. Then we have the Gray Hill Incident. That game sound familiar. Or am I tripping? I think I've seen that somewhere. Then we have for the PS5. Then we have Brave Soldier Invasion of the Cyborgs. Ooh, that's a cool name. For the PS5 and PS4. Far World Pioneers for the PlayStation 5, for the PlayStation 4. Crime Boss, Rocky City for the PlayStation 5. The Fall of the Porcupine for the PlayStation 5 and 4. Persona, how was that game, man? How far did it fall?
I watched it on YouTube, so I think I'm valid. I'm verified, and I can speak on the game because I watched somebody else play it. It's a good game.
I respect it. We have Layers of Fear for the PlayStation 5. Pixeled Ripped 1978 for the PlayStation VR 2. Steel Assault for the PlayStation 5 and 4. Urban Flow for the PlayStation 5 and 4. Wolf Simulator.
Wow.
We're sick when we need them.
Wow. I need Sick to put his thoughts out on this game immediately.
Yo, Thick likes the simulation game, so you never know. You might try. I always see like a screenshot from Thick of a new simulation game. I'm like, man, yo, he really. I think he did like a prison one. I was like, whoa. Hey, those games are addictive, man, because they always put it out, I guess. Then we have Alchemic Cutie for the PlayStation 5 and 4. Then we have Jack Black Waifu Tour for the PlayStation 5 and 4.
Black Jack, not Jack Black.
Oh, did I say Jack Black?
You said Jack Black.
Oh, did
Jack,
I?
Bro. Yeah.
Yo, you know when I read it, I was thinking about like Jack Black for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Black Jack Waifu Tour for the PlayStation 5 4. Yo, when's the last time you played Blackjack? Or what's it called? 21 in the hood.
It's called 21. Yeah. It's been some years, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's been a very long time.
Do something for me. 21.
It's 9 plus 10. 21?
21? Yo, F123 for the PlayStation 5 and 4. Oh, Ghost Files, The Face of Guilt for the PlayStation 5 and 4. I remember seeing this. Looks pretty cool. Would I purchase this now?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm good. You gotta say I'm good.
I'm good. Right now, I'm good. Yo, did I say Jack Black for real? Yo, I'll be wild.
Yeah, you did. You definitely said Jack Black.
Yo, sometimes I be seeing the words, then I have like an image. I'm like, yo, Jack Black. Then I say it. But then we have Park Beyond for the PlayStation 5. Wait, I think we already said Steel Assault. Yeah, we did. Steel Assault once again. Then we have the Fairy Song for the PlayStation 5 and 4. I know somebody in the chat bought that game. Somebody in this goddamn chat bought that game. Stop lying to the people. Let us know and let us know your thoughts on Fairy Song. Then we have XEL Zell Complete Edition for the PlayStation 4. Yo, you know what's up? I'm not surprised by it because the PlayStation 4 is a very popular console. But now we're in 2023, Persona. There's still a lot of PS4 games coming out. Are you surprised? Or are you shocked? Or this is just part of the normal thing for you?
I'm a bit surprised. I mean, they did say they would support it for a little bit longer, or other developers would. I don't know. I think some of these games don't necessarily need to be PS5 exclusive because they're not really that intensive. So I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if it was something more intensive, I wouldn't want that to be a cross-gen game.
Yeah, I feel you. Yo, we got my man Mooch in the building. Yo, Mooch, what's good, man? What is good, everybody, man?
Shout
We
out to
appreciate you guys coming through, hanging out with us this morning. If you don't mind, hit the like button, share the stream out, let the PlayStation Nation know that we are live and direct out here this wonderful, beautiful Saturday morning here in New York, man. But yeah, those were the games for the week. Let us know if you are interested in any of these games. And yeah, just have a conversation, a discourse about gaming. A Persona. Let's get into the spotlight games for the week, man. What are your spotlight games for this week? And the most important question I want to ask: are you gonna break the rules? Also, leave out Final Fantasy 16 on purpose.
Got you. So yeah, first off, man, we are in the spotlight portion of the show. And for those that are new here, the spotlight is where me and Bari give you a game or games if we decide to break the rules that we think y'all should check out, right? It could be a brand new game, it could be an old game, it could be a game for your childhood, it could be a game that hasn't even released yet. The purpose of the spotlight is for me and Bari to spotlight games that we think you, the community, should check out. For me, you said leave out Final Fantasy 16, so I'm not going to mention it.
On purpose. We're gonna dive in. Okay, listen, Persona. We're not in the kiddie pool no more. We're growing now. We're going right in that 12 foot. We're going right in that 24. You know what I mean? We're diving in.
I don't know. We got
no goggles on. Persona, you're not listening to me what I'm saying to you, man. We got no goggles on.
24 feet. I'll go 12 feet, but 24 feet.
We got no earplugs on. We got no nose plugs on. We are just diving in.
Plug, all that nose going in, all that water going up our noses, that's gonna hurt.
Absolutely,
it burn. It's gonna burn like right there. You fit feel me?
Listen. That's part of the process, man. A little burn ain't gonna hurt you. Little red eye ain't gonna hurt you, man. Red the eyes up.
That's a lot. That's a lot of chlorine in your eyes, man. You walk in there, walk out bleached. But yeah, man. So my spotlight. Yo, Bari. my spotlight games for this week. So me and Bari was actually just we was going down memory lane before the show started, and I was talking about a game from my childhood that game stays with me will stay with me my whole life. Like, it's a game that I love and it's very near and dear to my heart. Talking about Marvel versus Capcom 2. Marvel versus Capcom 2. Yo, this game, the fights this game started in my house. the rivalries that it started between me and my friends at the time. Boy, oh boy, was this game legendary in my community, man. And I love this game so much. It resonates with me. It's a great game. It's hard to play now. Like, if you wanted to play it on like one of the old school consoles, you paying like $200 to buy this game. Like, no cap. If you wanted to play this on the PS2, you paying $200.
They did have an amazing version on the PS3, but
on PS3,
that's
yeah, which is crazy. Like, I don't know why they won't at least bring that version back. It had online play. It was great. Like, it ran great. Like, it was a great PS3. That's the version I was playing on PS3. And I wish they would bring that back, man. I really, really do. I still have the case for that game. Like, because it was a digital only game, but you could get like a case. Remember, you could get the cases with the digital card in it. Mm-hmm. That's how I got it from GameStop. I still had that case to this day. I'll never get rid of that. So yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is my first game. The second game that I'm going to spotlight this week, Bari, I think you know. Chat, I think you know. Diablo 4. You want to talk about an addiction? You want to talk about an addicting gameplay? You want to talk about a great gameplay loop? Diablo 4 is that game, man. This game is absolutely phenomenal, man. Certain gripes here and there that, you know, I can live without, like, especially now that I got the horse. And like certain things with the horse, I'm just like, yo, like you could have let this horse be like on some like unlimited stamina type shit, but it, you know, it is what it is. Finished the campaign yesterday. Love that campaign story, man. That final fight with Lilith was on point, very intense. I'm digging the story as well. The campaign for Diablo 4 was really, really great. And, you know, my barbarian bleed build is obviously coming along very, very well. Your boy out here doing some good damage. But now that I'm level 50 now, and now that I'm in the Paragon levels, that's when the real game. Now we're in the end game, right? So that's where the real gaming begins. And, you know, Diablo 4 is definitely a game that I definitely recommend, man. Newcomers and hardcore. Like, I think this is a game that you can definitely pick up and play. It's some getting used to when it comes to like understanding like armor and the moves and all that stuff and trying to find what character fits you. But it's a game that you don't really have to rush. You can play it at your own pace. You know, it's very, you know, you could chill, you know, like it's a game that I love, man. I love Diablo. I'm a big fan of Diablo. So Diablo 4 is definitely a game that I love, and shout out to the campaign. Fantastic. My third spotlight, Bari, is going to be, can I mention this now? Can I mention the wall crawler? Yeah, I'm gonna mention the role. Yes. Oh, yeah. You thought I was gonna mention that Spider-Man 2 coming out October 20th, 2023. I'm swinging. Spider-Man 2. Pre-orders went up yesterday. And you already know how the pre-orders go. Your boy was on it. I was on it since like 9:30. Ready. Of course we locked down the collector's edition. Of course. Oh, and we got that digital deluxe. Well, Persona, why did you buy 2 versions of the game? Because I wanted to. But yo, Spider-Man 2, man, I can't wait for this game. Looking phenomenal. I love this game. I'm actually going to do a full playthrough of Spider-Man 1 closer to when the game is coming out. I might live stream that whole playthrough as well. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Spider-Man 2, man, let us know if you got your pre-orders for the game. We're going to talk about it later in the show, but Spider-Man 2 is definitely a spotlight. And I'm going to stop right there, Bari. I'm going to leave it at that. Those 3.
Once again, amazing spotlights. You know what I mean? You know, Persona, when you know, a lot of people would know and would say that you my brother from another mother.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, you know, I would say that you my brother from another mother, and the reason why, because we in sync. You know what I mean? Bye out here. That's not anything, right? Who's that?
That's Backstreet Boys.
That's Backstreet Boy. My bad.
And sync was I forgot what song that was. I forgot to sync.
Sometimes it's hard to do it on a live, guys. You know, but whatever. But yo, a lot of those games, man, I'm there with you day one, man. But the first game I got to highlight for sure. Every month or so.
Sync. Bye wasn't sync. Bye. That
you
wasn't sync. All right, you got it. My fault.
You see what I'm saying?
What I was mixed up.
You see what I'm saying?
My fault.
I just went with the flow. It felt right, and I went with it. And you try to bring me down. I take away all of that accommodations and everything I just said just now.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? Hey, can I spotlight my games, please?
All right, my fault. Yeah, let me go on mute. My fault, brother. You finna feel me? You
don't remember the dance though?
Bye. Never could get enough. I forgot the words. I forgot the words. Yo, listen, folks in the black community was definitely bumping that Backstreet Boys in the sync. Trust me.
Yo,
that shit was definitely getting bumped in the hood.
If they say no in the chat, they lying to themselves.
It's cap. It's pure cap. Mm-hmm. I don't care what hood you was living in. That NSYNC Backstreet Boys was definitely getting bumped. Cut it. You don't gotta lie, bruh. You don't gotta lie.
You ain't gotta lie for school man. Out here.
Yeah, you don't gotta lie. It's okay. Trust me. It was getting bumped. But go ahead, my fault, Bari.
Come on, man. I know the dance and all that. Well, yo, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Ryzen and Relink. We doing it at the same time because, like I said, man, very, very excited for the fighting game next month. Oh my God, that beta is coming. You know what I mean? It's going to be an amazing event, man. Having that beta in my hands and seeing and getting to play with all the new mechanics that these characters can do. I think at the point where Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is at right now, they're at a very, very good point. But now seeing a lot of new mechanics there, oh man, they're about to elevate that game right there, man. And then we have Relink that's playing through that story, you know, in the 3D action RPG vibe. I can't wait for that, man. And plus, I can't wait to play it with a lot of people when we do them dungeons and fight those primordial beasts, because it's going to be 4-player co-op. And I'm just giving y'all a fair warning right now. Lancelot is my character. So if we playing together, because I know Lancelot gonna be fire. Y'all gonna be like, "Ooh, I want to play that character. Ooh, Bari, man, I want to play that character. I want to play." I say, you can play the character by your goddamn self.
Catalina, Jetta, and if Siegfried is in there for Grand Blue Relink, definitely Siegfried.
Oh yeah, Siegfried gonna be there. Siegfried's in there for sure. Siegfried, Vayne, Percival, they all gonna be in there. But yeah,
Percival.
Man.
Yeah, Percival.
I can't wait for that game, man. It's gonna be a fun time. Can't wait to vibe out with people and show people how great Grand Blue Fantasy is, man. Amazing series. Second game I want to highlight. Oh, this is what, third? Because I did 2 games. Listen, y'all already know the vibes, man. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Oh, listen, I know, listen, we purposely left off 16 for a reason. But y'all already know the vibes, man. Y'all already know the vibes. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Oh, early 2024 on 2 disc. On the PlayStation 5. I can't wait. This is my most anticipated game. This is going to be my game of the generation, man. You know what I mean? If they land the last one within the generation as well, then we're going to have a conversation. But for all the people that are missing out on remake, I hope you guys play remake. I hope you guys enjoy it. You know what I mean? Definitely get into it, because in my personal opinion, this is the best combat system in a JRPG. But it looks like with Rebirth, they're going to revitalize a lot of things and amplify a lot of things. Matter of fact, not revitalize, but amplify a lot of things when it comes to the combat. And yeah, I can't wait to traverse throughout the world and see all those story beats that's in this new fidelity, new visual look for my favorite game of all time, man. So yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I can't wait for this, man. It seems like early 2024 is going to be so long, but it's really, really not. You know what I mean? As we're going to be playing 16, Spider-Man, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. By that time, Rebirth is here. But we're going to leave it right there. We're going to leave it right there. Absolutely not. I kid you, y'all. Street Fighter 6. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Y'all already know how we getting down. It's going to be the last game I'm going to be spotlighting here because, guys, there's going to be a tournament here, man, for this game, man. I want to announce this thing real quick once again for all the people out there that I want you guys to check this out, man. So we're going to be having pretty much my birthday tournament associated with the online arcade, where we're going to be hosting Street Fighter 6, and it's called World Warriors 1. So World Warriors was something that we did for the online arcade with Street Fighter 5, and we're continuing that here with Street Fighter 6. So this tournament is going to take place July 29th for the first day. The second day is going to be July 30th for top 8. We have a $650 prize pot currently right now, and that's for top 3 payout. That can obviously increase depending on, people want to donate or depending on how many people have signed up for the tournament. It's going to be streamed on my personal channel for this tournament because it's a birthday tournament as well. But going forward, any other tournaments that we do for the online arcade will be streamed on the online arcade channel. You know what I mean? But just want to let people know that this tournament is going to go live. It's going to come right direct, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be enjoyable, man. So hopefully you guys sign up. There is a sign up page that you guys can, take a part of at challenge. You know what I mean? I like challenge. We're definitely going to be looking at, other things like, Smash GG and all that stuff. But I like challenge, how simple it is. And you guys can sign up here at challenge. Yo, so far we got 54 people that have signed up for this tournament. That's quite a lot of people already. You know what I mean? And we're not even in July yet. So just want to let you guys know it's going to be a fun tournament. Shout out to the people that signed up already. None of these brackets that you see here is finalized. So don't worry about that stuff yet. It is not finalized. It will get finalized closer towards the tournament, pretty much the same day of the tournament. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Street Fighter 6 is a very fun game. I'm enjoying it. This weekend, like I said, going to be doing some more rank plays, and I'll be uploading some more videos, talk about it. I did do like a first impression kind of thing, just giving my thoughts on the overall game, the online portion. And I definitely want to play along with some of the world tour stuff. One of those days, you know what I mean? Get those trophies. But Persona, yeah, that is the spotlight games of the week. Let's get into the PlayStation fun fact, Persona. Are you ready? I think you know this one, though. I think a lot of people know this PlayStation fun fact here. So this is the PlayStation fun fact for this week, where users were confused about PlayStation's mascot. There is a common misconception that Crash Bandicoot was the official mascot for the first PlayStation console. However, Sony has never officially recognized him as such. The console had a genuine and official mascot in North America. Do anybody know who that is? I'm pretty sure y'all know. Let's see if anybody can get this right, Persona, then we move on. Let's see. Yo, Klaus said it's me. Let's see. Spyro, incorrect. Strife, incorrect. Vector Man, incorrect. Persona, they don't know. Well, you know what? Let's put you on. The official mascot in North America was the Polygon Man. You remember that purple, big-headed background dude?
Head. Oh,
yeah. That was the official PlayStation mascot in North America. The goal was for it to represent video games' abilities and be able to produce more polygons than other games. So yeah, that was the official mascot for the PS1 in North America, Polygon Man. Also, if you guys played PlayStation Battle Royale, I think that's like the final boss was Polygon Man in that game. So yeah, PlayStation fun fact this week. That was a good one. Let us know in the comment section. Let us know in the chat if you like that stuff, man. But Persona, let's get into it. I know we held back. I know. I was like, yo, Persona, don't spotlight this game. And I know my man Persona was like, listen, Bari, I want to spotlight it. I said, Persona, don't spotlight. He said, Bari, I want to spotlight it. I said, Persona, don't spotlight. I said, Bari, I want to spotlight it. Persona said, I want to spotlight it. I said, Bari, I'm mixing myself up. Let's talk about Final Fantasy 16 and the demo impressions, man. How are we feeling? We both completed the demo. We both completed the iconic challenge. Well, I only did the first part of the demo once. The iconic challenge I did like about 10 times.
Yeah, I meant the iconic. I only did the story once. Iconic challenge I did like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because you pretty much, for those that didn't play the demo yet, there are 2 parts of the demo. It's broken up in 2 parts where you're going to be playing the actual beginning of the game. So the first 2 hours of the game, where you do the tutorials, you get a little cutscenes here and there, and you get to a pretty pivotal point within the story where things just change and get crazy. You know what I mean? And you will continue your playthrough if you complete that part of the demo in the official final release of the game. So you don't have to start that thing over again. Then when you complete that, it unlocks the iconic challenge where you're a little bit further in the game. You got a little bit more abilities that Clive is doing. He's much older. And you're being companioned with Sidolphus, the Ramu dominant. So yeah, very, 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 very dope demo overall. Persona, give your thoughts on how you felt about the demo. We could talk about how we felt about the original story part as well, but not too crazy. You know what I mean? If people is missing that demo, I don't know how you're missing that demo, to be honest with you, but some people can get a little, crazy when it comes to spoilers or whatnot. But overall thoughts, demo, iconic challenge, give it to me. Pause.
Whoa. Yeah, so when it comes to the Final Fantasy 16 demo, for those who follow me on Twitter or listen to this show or my personal show, I've been fiending for that demo for a minute. I was thinking, they could give it to us a month before. I was thinking, they could give it to us. They can give it to us 2 weeks before at Summer Game Fest. I was thinking they were going to announce the demo. but we had got it this week, which it's I'm very happy with the demo. Playing through the iconic challenge of the demo. First of all, the demo as a whole is fantastic. The story elements are great. If we do decide to talk about that later on, we will. But I'm just going to focus on the iconic challenge part. When it comes to the iconic challenge, man, I thought it was fantastic, man. And I think it was smart for them to let you play the game in a later stage so that you can really get a feel of what you'll actually be doing in the game later on, right? Although I do think the story part was great and obviously the combat and all that was good, that's still a that was a prologue, right? So you don't really have all the abilities and stuff that you're seeing in the trailers. So, if you're trying to sell somebody on the game, you definitely want to have something that's a little bit later on so that it can really be, oh wow, this is what I can do in the game. That's dope. And so I'm very, very happy with what they did here. When it comes to this iconic challenge, man, the combat in this game is so goddamn fun and layered. It's not just a mass fest unless you got one of them scrub rings on, then it becomes that. But if you are actually playing the game how it's intended to be played, with all of these different abilities, iconic abilities and moves you can do, the combat in this game is just fantastic, man. I really, really love the combat in this game. And really and truly, I'm not surprised. Coming from Ryoto Suzuki, one of the gods of the combat realm, coming from Devil May Cry, I knew that the combat in this game was going to be on point when you have him at the helm of combat design, right? So I am very, very, very satisfied with the combat. And we learned that the Square Enix pre-launch that both Platinum and the Kingdom Hearts developers helped as well. Two game makers that also have really good combat design. So when you got three legends like that coming together and trying to make the combat of Final Fantasy 16, you get the greatness of what you see on the screen right now, which is a great Final Fantasy game with a great combat system. I put an emphasis on this being a Final Fantasy game because there's been a lot of talk about that throughout this week of this not being a true Final Fantasy game, which is highly incorrect.
Persona, are there chocobos?
Yes, there are chocobos.
Are there summons?
Yes, there are summons.
Are there moogles?
Are there what?
Moogles?
Moguls, yes. That list was heavy when you said moguls. I ain't gonna lie. That shit's.
Oh, moogle?
I thought you said, is it moves? I said moves.
Ain't no list on a moogle. Moogle.
It was heavy. It was heavy. So,
is there magic?
New York came out. Yes, there's magic.
Is there a limit break?
Yes, there is a limit break, actually.
Continue.
But there's no turn-based, so it's not a Final Fantasy game, according to certain people. I don't make the rule. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. I'm just pointing out what people have said. We can talk about that later on. But then when it comes to the action and the story elements of the game that you see in the iconic challenge, now obviously what's happening, you don't know. Like, it's just things are just happening. Like, well, why is Benedicta so mad at Sid and what's going on here? And they're looking for Ifrit, which is, and what's going on? Like, just so many things that's happening that you don't know, which I like because it's like, yo, it kind of just throws you in there and you just like confused, which I'm going to like try to forget those moments so that when I go into the game, or I can't wait to see those moments to lead up to that in the full game. But even like the cut scenes and the acting, the voice acting, the mocap, all of it is done very well. Like, the acting and the cutscenes are really, really good.
Top notch.
The facial expressions that they make, the way it looks, it all is just, it's perfect, man. Like, I'm being honest, man. Like, it really is good. Like, I really am like really immersed and locked in with this game, man. I love the game.
Yeah, I'm in the same ballpark with you, man. I am loving Final Fantasy 16. Once again, big shout out to Square Enix. I feel they did a great job with the demo. This is something that I've always been telling people when it comes to Square and how I like them to do their demos. Having a portion of the game where, you know, you start from the beginning and then your save carry over. I think that always works out well when it comes to these demos, because if somebody do enjoy it, it gives them more a further incentive. Like, oh, you know what? I really want to continue my playthrough here. Let me go and buy the game, and then I don't have to start all over from the beginning. But they took it up a notch where, yeah, you can get comfortable and see a little bit of an idea of how the combat could be with the iconic challenge. I thought that was a great job. I thought very smart what they did. And they did a portion of the game where I felt like it's not too early or it's not too late in the game. It's just right where we have enough abilities to get comfortable with and mix and match in some things. They gave you enough ability points to be like, oh, let me put my ability points in here so I can play around what kind of strategies I want to go and tackle the demo. You know what I mean? I can play this one way my first time, but the second time I do the icon challenge, I can play a different way with having different skills and abilities and all that stuff. Even with the iconic challenge, you can explore enough of that section where you can find new accessories to upgrade or increase the damage of some of your abilities. There's like 2 pathways that you can take where you can, you know, get the max level, so you can level up actually 2 times within that demo. Yeah, I just felt like they executed and did a proper demo. Something that, you know, not to talk about Forspoken, but I felt like Forspoken should have took the same, you know, had the same approach as well, where you start from the beginning, but also have like a portion where you can continue, you know, to get, you know, oh, let me get a little bit, you know, acclimated with some of the abilities here that she has.
Not only, sorry to cut you off, not only that, but to stick on the realm of Forspoken, also, you know, the version of Forspoken that you're playing, like the version of Final Fantasy 16 that we're playing is close enough to the final build. It's not 1-to-1, but it is an earlier version, but it's close enough to where this is what you can expect when it comes to the full game. And it actually had people more excited. Whereas I think with Forspoken, the version that was played isn't nowhere near the final version of the game. And I think that's what hurt Forspoken quite a bit when it comes to like the public. I think with 16, this actually helped because I've seen a lot of people through Twitter and on YouTube and whatnot actually taking back their statements about 16 and buying PlayStations and buying the game and pre-ordering the game. And I'm like, this worked as Yoshi P intended. Like, I could definitely see the sales of this game being very, very good at the start.
Yeah, 100%, man. That's a good point that you made here, because even with this demo, it is a visual marvel what we're looking at, especially that beginning cutscene. You know, throughout the story aspect, you know, having Shiva and Titan fight each other, that was like, wow. So this is the scale level of what we're going to be seeing here when it comes to these icons battling it out. It's getting crazy. You know what I mean? We did have enough action there where young Clive is fighting against, you know, goblins and things like that within the demo as well, which is cool. But yeah, overall, visually, love it. The combat, I love it as well. I see people complain about the combat. It's super easy without showing no gameplay. You always got to be hesitant with those people right there. Like, yo, I need to see visually what you're talking about when it comes to, oh, this combat is boring or it's bland, which is not. Like, there's so much stuff that, you know, like throughout my playthroughs of the Iconic Challenge where I'm just learning. And I'm like, oh, I could do this. I can link this. I can cancel into this. You know what I mean? It's so much crazy stuff. Yo, you can play the floor is lava in this game if you wanted to. If you're quick with your switching and all that stuff, like there's a lot of deep aspects to be had within the combat. And just to see people say disingenuous comments like that, it's very saddening, because once again, you're not showcasing what you're talking about. You're just talking about it. Also, the whole hoopla about this is not a Final Fantasy game. Every time Final Fantasy does something new and different, which they do in every single game, I've seen these conversations. I've been playing Final Fantasy since 1996. My first one is 6. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people like to put that tag on there. Oh, your first and favorite Final Fantasy is always the one that you first played and all that stuff. No, my first was actually 6 that I played in 96. And I've always had conversations with people that play Final Fantasy hardcore like myself, where a new aspect will be built into it. Like with 8, I'm not a fan of 8 because of the combat. I'm not a fan of how they deal with magic and all that stuff and all that luck that you got to be basing. I'm not a fan of that stuff. But some people do like it. Then the combat from 8 is completely different than 9. Then 10 is different from from 9. You know what I mean? It's always changing, it's always evolving. It's just now with this day and age that we live in, and with a franchise like that, they definitely want to go for even more mass appeal. Even though I think Final Fantasy is mass appeal, where they want to bring new people within it, so they change the combat up. They did that with 16. With 15, they saw some success. Now they fully going into the action portion of it, bringing in Ryoto Suzuki. And yeah, you can definitely feel some of those inspirations from Devil May Cry within the game, but it still have that Final Fantasy essence. You're still doing the magic abilities and things like that. You're still doing the icon, the experts, or whatever you want to call it.
It's still based in Final Fantasy though, even with the combat.
Yeah,
you know, outside of like, it being full action, the essence of Final Fantasy, I think, is still what takes forefront of even the combat, right? Yes, you got the Devil May Cry combat designer making the game, so it's going to have those elements there, where certain things like, Garuda with her shift ability, don't tell me the name of it. It was
Deadly Embrace.
Deadly Embrace, thank you. That's a very Devil May Cry type of ability, sure. But when it comes to what the combat is based around, Garuda is a Final Fantasy summon, Ifrit, Phoenix, all these things in their moves and their abilities are very Final Fantasy inspired and based. So, I personally don't understand this hate for action-based games. I really don't get it or understand it, honestly, especially when it's executed properly. Are all action games great? No, some of them are very lacking, very dull. I understand that. But I think in the case of Final Fantasy 16, I do think that this is a very, very good take on an action game. I think Final Fantasy 15 did a good job. They didn't have all the pieces there, right? I think there were definitely some things missing with 15, but I do think Noctis as a character was good. He had the warp abilities, and he had some good combo setups. I think Clive in 16 is just taking it even further and making it more fluid and much cleaner and more visually stunning.
The difference is, in my opinion, with like 15 and 16. So 15, I did enjoy the combat in 15, but with that type of combat, the story, in my opinion, didn't it wasn't like good. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, yeah, that's a plain and simple word, but it didn't play. I can't even think of the word, but it didn't feel right with the like, what I mean? The story wasn't good, personally. That's to simplify everything. But with 16, the combat is great, but the story is also very appealing. You know what I mean? Where right from the beginning, I'm already sucked in. I'm already glued into the TV or the monitor, whatever you're playing on, where I'm like, yo, I really want to learn more what's going on here within this game. You know what I mean? A lot of different aspects is going on here. A lot of adult themes is going on in here, where I'm just like, yo, this is amazing. I'm focusing. I'm glued. Like I said, glued in. Yeah, I used it. I'm glued in on this combat. And what's the story. What's my favorite features as well within the demo? This wasn't available in the Iconic Challenge, obviously, because they didn't want no spoilers going on. But when you hold the touchpad, they have this thing called active like story lore or whatnot, and every part of the story active lore thing, and you just hold the touchpad and you get like, okay, say a cutscene just happened, or they brought up a certain word or whatnot. That stuff will be right there to have a description and all that stuff. So you can talk about the Dalmekian Republic and all that stuff. They'll talk about certain aspects and characters, what's going on with Clive at the moment. And I'm just like, yo, this is really dope, because I can see myself holding that touchpad a lot just to see what's going on story-wise, so I can get fully enriched within it. But yeah, man, I thoroughly enjoying it.
This is definitely a story where, like, I want to know the lore. Like, I want to read. I'm going to be reading everything, and having an active lore tab like that, that's really going to, like, play into, like, where my playthrough is going to be very long, because I'm going to be reading everything and wanting to understand everything for sure.
Do you want to just get into the news of Final Fantasy 16? Because shout out to Genki. You know, they just did like a whole stream talking about the game. And there was certain updates there within that stream. Also, you tweeted about, you know, just to give further, you know, explanation as far as a certain mode when it comes to the game. So let's get into the news.
Yeah, let's get into that. Yeah, let's get into that.
Of the show, where we're going to be talking about some more Final Fantasy 16. And let's get it, man. Hopefully you guys enjoying the show so far. If you are, hit the like button. And hopefully, you know, you guys enjoy the rest of the show, man. We got some great things planned. Like I said, it's not going to be like a super, super long one, but the news, the impact of the news is pretty great. So shout out to Genki once again, where, you know, the Final Fantasy 16 developers and producers, they were having a live stream explaining a few things about the game. And one of the huge things that they wanted to talk about here was a pre-release update. So one of the promises that they had for the game was that they said that there won't be no day one patch for this game. You know what I mean? Even when they said that, we was like, you know what I mean? Yo, we understand you guys are a little bit, you know, happy about your product, but that's a little cocky right there.
You know a little cocky, man. You know, they tried though, but yeah, that was very cocky.
Yeah, they definitely tried. So Genki said, Yoshi P says there will be a day one patch update for Final Fantasy 16. He says he's sorry. They said they will likely not be a day one patch, but releasing a patch will fix a few bugs and performance issues with Final Fantasy 16. So here are some of the things that they listed here. You know, once again, apologizing, sorry, but we're going to release a pre-release update. The update will fix a control flag issue, which makes progress impossible under a specific circumstance. So I'm not too sure about what that is, but we'll go with it. Another one is fix the issue wherein the game could close unexpectedly under a very specific circumstance. Another one was optimize performance in several places. And then the last one here was fix minor text errors. So they're saying that here, this is going to be a very, very small update, which you're not really required to do day one. So if you don't have any internet, you're good to go once you download the game or play the game, however you download it to your console. But if you do have internet, you know, the small update with there. Michael Koji Fox, he had like a a little video explaining everything too. I don't know if you want me to play that. If you want me to, I will. It's up to you. Want me to play it?
Oh, you asking me in the chat?
I'm asking you.
I mean, yeah, you can play it. Go ahead.
It's a short video.
Yeah, go ahead.
What we just want everybody to know, which this camera I'm looking at, is that this update, as it says there, will come before the day one release. So if you have a the digital version and you've already downloaded it on the system, if your PS5 is hooked up to the internet, it will download this automatically and it will be ready for day one, so people able to play as soon as the game unlocks. Also, this is a very, very minor issue, and so even if you don't get the update, you will still be able to play the base game. This is a rapid patch, so it's not necessary to actually play the game. So those of you who don't have that internet connection and maybe can't get it in time, you'll still be able to play the game.
Saying the audio low.
Oh, it's low?
What we just want everybody to know, which this camera I'm looking at, is that this update, as it says there, will come before the day one release. So if you have a the digital version and you've already downloaded it on the system, if your PS5 is hooked up to the internet, it will download this automatically and it will be ready for day one, so people able to play as soon as the game unlocks. Also, this is a very, very minor issue, and so even if you don't get the update, you will still be able to play the base game. This is a rapid patch, so it's not necessary to actually play the game. So those of you who don't have that internet connection and maybe can't get it in time, you'll still be able to play the game.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, that's everything that I pretty much said earlier. You know, they just further, announcing that stuff as far as like, it is not like a major patch, but they will have a patch update for the game pre-release. You know what I mean? So
one of the things that I can appreciate is that, you know, they definitely are, they care about the game. They care about the fan base. They care about the game. They care about a strong, positive release. Which is, I don't want to say that's rare in this industry nowadays, but this type of love and care you don't really see from every single dev, at least not day one like this, right? And they were very sorry, like in the interview, in the stream and stuff like that. They definitely were like disappointed that there were issues. I personally didn't experience performance issues during the icon challenge, but I don't know. Like, you know, I guess some people did. So, you know, at least they're addressing that stuff.
It's weird because during the whole demo itself, the entirety of the demo, I didn't really experience any performance issues where I could notice. The only one little hitch I could say is in that area where you actually playing as Joshua and you just walking through all the flames and all that stuff. Like you just, that's a little bit hitch right there, but it was nothing crazy. The only real issue I ever had with the demo was what I stated on Twitter. It's like, hopefully we have a motion blur option where we can turn it off. You know what I mean? Because motion blur is just automatically on within the game. So like when you're traversing or just walking around outside of combat, you know, you pan your camera, you know, you see the little fuzzies here and there due to the motion blur, you know, catching up or whatnot with the game. So that's the only thing I really had.
Yeah, the motion blur is definitely something that I hope that they have an option to turn that off. That's like my biggest thing.
Yeah. Like motion blur,
action games like this, I don't really like motion blur at all.
Motion blur, filigrane, those are things like I always turn off, man. I just turn that off instantly in every game that I play.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the only things that I had issue with. You know what I mean? I know when Digital Foundry put out their video, they were talking about certain things as far as with the frame rate. But at the end of the day, anything to make the game running more optimized, I'm all for, regardless of, you know, my you know, experiences or not. But yeah, another thing that we're going to talk about here, Persona, is something that you posted up here, which they spoke about this in past streams, but I think this is the first time we're actually seeing this screenshot where they actually explain the mode. So they have here New Game Plus Final Fantasy mode. So in prior live streams, you know, like packs and other things, they spoke about this mode, but now we actually have a description talking about it. So here's the description: replay the game in Final Fantasy mode with data carried over from your previous playthrough. In this mode, the level cap is raised to 100.
Stop right there. Stop right there. When I seen that, I got a smile on my face. I was smiling ear to ear because I'm like, yo, this is what I love, man. This is what I love. I love this. You're not limiting me. You're not treating me like I'm a. Let me not say that. I love this, man. Shout out to Yoshi P and CPU3. Shout out to the team, man. I love that.
What do you think the level cap is going to be? Did they even announce that yet? No, I'm talking about that's regular playthrough.
Base. I think base is going to be 50, and then 50, 55 maybe.
Yo, I'm thinking like base is going to be like 80 or something.
Nah, I don't think so. It might. It might. We'll see. We'll see.
Yo,
it might be
50 levels up.
65. I think the most like 60, 65. The reason why I say that is because IGN did an IGN first talking about New Game Plus that I watched this morning that they released yesterday, and I forgot the creative director's name. Not creative director, the game director's name. I forgot his name. But he was talking about the Final Fantasy mode and the differences between that. And he was saying getting to 100. So I don't know. I think because he said that it's supposed to be a much more hardcore experience and a much more hardcore mode. I can absolutely see them stopping you at 50 in base mode, and then Final Fantasy mode, you got to get them extra 100 levels, man. You got to get them extra 50 levels.
You're probably going to gain more experience anyway fighting these.
Yeah, more powerful. You already said. Yeah, he said you're going to get more XP and things like that. I'll let you read the whole thing, and then I'll talk about like some of the other stuff.
Yeah, so you're saying that the level cap is raised to 100, but enemies are far more powerful. To aid you in your journey, the legendary Ultima weapon is available for crafting. After starting, you'll be unable to switch over to story or action mode. Makes perfect sense. Which I personally, my recommendations for anybody playing this game, I don't think you should play on story mode, but hey, you do what you want to do with your money and how you want to play the game. But yeah, go ahead, Persona. Explain.
So some of the other things that was talked about with the Final Fantasy mode as well is since this is going to be a much more hardcore mode, there's also going to be different enemies, and he showed examples of that. So he showed an example of when you remember that forest area where people were crying and bitching because Clive had to squeeze through a wall, squeeze through the crack in the thing. So in that area, you fight like certain enemies or whatever the case may be, right? That's in action mode. When you're playing in Final Fantasy mode, there's actually a mini boss in that area, a chimera that you fight, as well as these like big ass bird like thing. They look like chocobos that they're not. I forgot the name of the enemy. And so that's what you're fighting. And it's like so much going on the screen in Final Fantasy mode. That's definitely the mode that I want to get to. There was another area that they showed where when you're crossing like this big bridge to get to like this castle or something like that. And when you're playing in action mode or story mode or your first playthrough, there's a knight there, like a bigger like a juggernaut type knight with a big axe that you fight as like a semi sub boss type of thing. In Final Fantasy mode, there's actually an iron giant there that you're fighting. Big, and that's a homage to Final Fantasy 2, where you fight the iron giant. That's a callback to that. So, and that enemy was tough, man. Like it was messing up Clive in the gameplay I was looking at. So there's also going to be, and he said throughout the whole playthrough in the Final Fantasy mode, there's going to be new enemies, tougher enemies, and things like that. There's also going to be another mode after Final Fantasy mode called Ultimaniac mode. And that's going to be even harder with like enemies hitting even harder AI and things like that. So this is definitely going to be a game that you're going to be able to like put a lot of time into. One of the other things as well is with the Arete Stone. They talked about that as well, where obviously you would have there's going to be training mode and stuff like that, but there's also going to be an arcade mode where you can compete with score, and there's going to be like a leaderboard. There's also going to be a
they spoke about that in
survival
conference. Yeah,
you're right. And then like there's going to be a survival wave-based mode as well, where you fight like different enemies and stuff like that and try to get the most, like a time attack mode type of thing. So there's going to be a lot of stuff here that you can do, a lot of replayability, man. I'm so excited. So excited.
Oh yeah, man.
One of the last things, sorry, I'm gonna shut up, Bari. One more thing. They also the trophies did come out. Power Picks did post the trophies. No story related trophies are there. It's just the other trophies, whatever. But one of the trophies that I was hoping we would have, because PlayStation don't do this no more. But Square Enix said, "Oh, we doing this." There is a difficulty trophy for the game. Final Fantasy mode is a trophy that you need to get in order to get the platinum. So you have to do 2 playthroughs for this game, which I'm so happy about. I'm so happy.
I'm excited for that too, because Square is pretty much known to implement that in their games, where once you unlock like a difficult mode, they will apply that to a trophy. Pretty much majority of their games that came out, especially this generation, sometimes even last, have that stuff. So very, very happy about that. And it's just cool just to have something like that, because yeah, you also want to have a challenge. I'm thinking everybody's going to be very comfortable with the game so far. After they beat it, fact that you can craft the ultimate weapon, I'm loving that. So I mean, it's not a Final Fantasy game, but they got an ultimate weapon. Hey, who would have thought?
I know, right?
But yeah, very, very exciting to see that stuff, man. Just seeing the actual description. Of it. I didn't watch the IGN first thing, but when I saw your photo there, I was like, oh yeah, this is yeah, I'm excited for that. Level 100 cap. Oh baby. Then I just start thinking about Rebirth. Yeah, my mind and start going crazy. I'm like, listen, Rebirth. I know you're gonna have a hard mode. Stop with the level 50 level caps. Up that thing to 102 in that hard mode, boy. You know what I mean? Let's get it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So very, very excited for 16. We only got 5 more days, guys.
You know what I love about difficulty trophies too, man? It's for bragging rights, man. Because people can just go, yeah, I beat it on the hardest difficulty. Where's the trophy? You feel me? Like I don't know. It's a bragging rights type of thing, man. For me personally, like I like that stuff. I love difficulty trophies, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean that's just a competitive nature within gamers. Like you want to showcase that stuff, you want to highlight that stuff. But also, I like to see people's gameplay. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like you can get a trophy, you can do that 100 times, but I want to see like how you got the trophy. Like, I want to see the gameplay of like how you landed it or how you beat it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm more excited about. But
Yeah.
overall, yeah, I'm with you. I'm very happy that they have that there. And that is something like once I do unlock that, it will be posted. It will
Absolutely.
be posted.
Absolutely.
It will be posted, man.
The
but yo, 5 more days
in
or
that
something.
hard mode gonna be fun, man. The combo is gonna be fun in that hard mode. I can't wait.
Oh,
yeah, 5 more days.
Before we move on from Final Fantasy 16, just a quick reminder once again. I'm pretty sure we already said this in our previous channels or previous videos and our streams when it came to 16 that they do have the timely focus accessories, but if you do equip the timely focus accessories, it will be highlighted on the top left of your screen. So whether you care or not for that stuff, just want to let you know that stuff will be looked at. You know, you know what I mean? For those people that be saying the combat is horrible and boring, why don't you post the gameplay so we can
post
that
gameplay? Yes, sir. Post that gameplay. That's what I want to see.
But yo, let's get into this PlayStation Plus games catalog for June. But it also had a nice little update for PlayStation Plus as well when it came to game streaming. So here is the latest update when it comes to PlayStation Plus games catalog for June, and quite a few little tidbits here that's upgrading and updating PlayStation Plus. That Q-Lite device is kind of making a little bit more sense now with this announcement here. So here we go. They're celebrating the first year of the new PlayStation Plus benefits, activities, and all that stuff, avatars. Oh, they also launched like you can download like your phone wallpapers and like computer wallpapers. It's also on the PlayStation like website. So they do have some cool ones, especially the Ghost of Tsushima ones. Those look fire, bro. But let's get into it. Let's talk about the games catalog first before we talk about the other things that they implemented here. You know, I mean, there's a lot that they implemented here, but I just want to talk about the games catalog, get through that, give our review and how we feel about some of these games. So the first games up here is Far Cry 6. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, Rogue Legacy 2, man. I was a big fan of the first game. I didn't play I don't know if this is a new launch with Rogue Legacy 2. But yeah, I definitely like Rogue Legacy, so I'll play this. Inscription, Solstice, Tacoma, Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, Killing Floor 2, The Lovely Mountain Downhill, Vampire Masquerade, The Courses of New York. Is this the RPG one, or this is the same little battle royale thing we played? It's the RPG, right?
No. Vampire, the one we played was called The Hunt or something like that.
Okay, so Rogue Legacy 2 wasn't on PlayStation before. Okay, gotcha. Then we have 100 Days, Winemaking Simulator. Thick holler at us.
Winemaking Simulator. Wow.
A Hat in Time, Carto, Forager for the PlayStation 4. Forager. Then we have Dodgeball Academia. There's a lot of games here, man. Wild at Heart, Red Out 2, Thief. Yo, remember Thief, man? Beginning of PlayStation 4 days, man. MX versus ATV Legends, Paw Patrol, My Friend Peppa Pig, DC League Super Pets, the Talos Principle, XL2, and Conan Exiles. So these are Elex. 2, and then Conan Exiles. Here's the catalog, the classic games for PlayStation Plus. So this is for premium members. Killzone Liberation.
Wow, that's a good get.
Yo, I remember playing this on PSP, man. Wow.
That's a good get.
Then we have Worms for the PlayStation 5 before. Then Herc's Adventure, and then Coded Soul. So yeah, these are the games that's going to be available in June. I think it's going to be. I think they're already available now. Probably Tuesday was available. From June. Oh no, this is the wallpaper stuff that we're talking about here. So from June 20th to 30th, we'll have a number of activities for both PlayStation Plus members and non-PlayStation plus non-members to participate in. The free avatar wallpapers, like I said, go on the PlayStation website and definitely download the stuff. They got some cool stuff here. We can click into it and show some of it here. No, this is not a page. I definitely download a few of them on the mobile. They got some new campaigns for PlayStation Stars. You know what I mean? So PlayStation Plus campaign. These are the easy ones here. So the PlayStation Plus celebration ones or the PlayStation Plus campaigns, pretty much just look at a game that you have to initiate, start it, and you would get it. But this one they're doing like a celebration. There's a nice little ring, which looks pretty cool. So you have to just start up either Final Fantasy VII Remake, Demon Souls, Yakuza, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, or Assassin's Creed the Ezio collection, and you will get this this little thing here. Then they have another ring here. Where you need to launch 4 games. I don't think they have it listed here. But pretty much it's all rings here. In celebration of game trials, I guess it's just going to start a game trial for The Last of Us, MLB The Show, God of War Ragnarok. Oh, would they have the game trial for God of War Ragnarok? That's new. That's pretty cool. Dying Light 2, Stay Human. And they also have to enter a PlayStation 5 and VR 2. If you guys want to enter that stuff, click the website here. And you have until June 20th to the 30th to enter. So you can win a PS5 or a PSVR 2. You know what I mean? Which I think you should be getting. Also, they have a weekend multiplayer. They have a multiplayer weekend, which starts next weekend from June 24th to the 25th. You can play free of charge. You don't need Plus. They have a PlayStation Plus speed run challenge for Sackboy Big Adventure. I see a lot of people beating my speed run challenge. I keep getting that notification for Sackboy. So shout out to you guys that be beating up my timing. And you can win a 3-month PlayStation Plus premium or deluxe membership here with that. But they spoke about some other things. Matter of fact, before we get to the other stuff, Persona, the big news as well applying to this. What's your thoughts on all the games coming to June? Are you with it?
I own most of the stuff. Yeah, I own most of the stuff on here, to be honest. But the highlights for me when it comes to the game catalog is I was about to say Final Fantasy 16, Far Cry 6, TMNT Shredder's Revenge, Solstice, great game. Definitely y'all should check that out. Those are really like the highlights for me personally when it comes to the list. And obviously the classic collection, Killzone Liberation. I think that's a good get.
Yo, I want to play that with the actual controller now, bro.
Yeah. I think that would be a really good get. For to play that or whatever. I'm definitely going to boot that up and try that out for sure. But yeah, outside of that, man, I think it's pretty cool list.
Yeah, every majority of the major games you listed, I have. I don't have Rogue Legacy 2, but I definitely will be playing that for sure, because it's one of those like pick up and play, see how far you can get. You know what I mean? You try again, whatever. But yeah, Solstice, I thought it was a cool game. Inscription, I bought this game just to test out PlayStation Stars. I haven't even played it yet. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, I thought this was a pretty good game on the PS4. Killing Floor, we had a lot of fun playing this game. Far Cry, I thought it was pretty cool. I need to complete this. I don't know when I'm going to complete it, but I know I'm like midway through the game. And Shredder's Revenge, I think this is a very smart time to, offer this game. Honestly, this is probably one of the better beat 'em up games. I think you should buy this game regardless. And there's also going to be a new update coming too. So that's pretty dope that they're offering this game up in here. All the other games there depends on how you feel about these games. But yeah, I'm definitely here for the Killzone Liberation. It's been a very long time since I played this game. I remember playing this game to my heart's content because I used to work at a summer camp in Warwick, New York. And I used to just be in my little bunk playing the hell out of this game, man. There was another first person shooter game I used to play a lot. I just forgot the name of the game on the Vita, man. I mean on the PSP. It's surprising how we actually played these games on that handheld, knowing that has one analog. Like we use them shoulder buttons like it's nothing. Or you have to use a D-pad sometimes. Yo, it's crazy how we just adapted. Now in this day and age, if you was to do that, yo, it's DOA right there. You know what I mean? It's DOA. So Yo, I did. I remember I was in a space. We was talking about PlayStation Plus, no, PlayStation Stars, the program, how it's working and how the reward system is. So I was like, you know what? They had inscription on there. So I was like, let me buy the game. And I got the points for it, but I never booted it up yet, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? It don't look like it's my vibe, but I just like, let me test it and buy it. But yeah, so let us know your thoughts on the catalog games for the week. I thought this was a pretty strong month for PlayStation Plus. But a cool thing that
it's definitely a lot of games.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. Like if you have PlayStation Plus, from extra to premium, I really don't see any complaints right now for it, because you have the games that we've been asking for, especially for the classic ones. They started with the Legend Dragoons. You have the Wild Arms there. You have your Siphon Filters. There's a lot of games that's in that catalog section that's building up. And then the monthly games, it's like, damn, like sometimes I'll be surprised, like, yo, this is a lot of games, man. I'm actually shocked and surprised that we don't have more mainstream media talk about PlayStation Plus and premium.
You know why?
I mean, we know why, but I'm just saying, like, it's kind of shocking. Like, yo, do you see what this service is offering? Like, yo, there's a lot of new games here, man. But it is what it is. So they're saying today we're celebrating this wonderful milestone with 10 days of activities for the PlayStation community. It is also our way for saying thanks to the players everywhere for supporting us in this new era of PlayStation Plus. First off, we have very exciting news for PlayStation Plus premium members. We're currently testing cloud streaming for supported PlayStation 5 games. This includes PlayStation 5 titles from PlayStation Plus game catalogs and game trials. I think that's very smart to have the game trial stuff in there, because that would be cool to test that out right on the go, wherever you are, as well as supported digital PlayStation 5 titles that players own. When this feature launches, cloud game streaming for supported PlayStation 5 titles will be available for use directly on your PlayStation 5. So you can stream right there from the PlayStation 5 console. So you don't have to download anything. That means as a premium member, it will be easier to jump into your favorite games without downloading them first onto your PlayStation 5 console. Our goal is to add this as an additional benefit for PlayStation Plus Premium as a part of our ongoing efforts to enhance the value of PlayStation Plus. Persona, how are we feeling about this streaming PlayStation 5 games on the console? And give you a heads up as far as the little handheld Q light device. Uh-oh. I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good. I have no interest in this at all.
I actually like it because I'm in the opposite ballpark from you. Like, I understand, like, cloud streaming is not like everybody's cup of tea, but I do find it very convenient, especially when it comes to the game trial stuff. Because there's games that will be on there, like they have like the that game that we just announced, like the dragon, the I forgot the name of the game. It's just there on the games trials. It's on there. Sometimes I don't want to download a game and try the game out just to delete it. You know what I mean? I think it would be cool just like, oh, we can just boot this game up right away.
All right, who you fooling, man? Stop, bro. I'm good, man. Like, nah, man.
No,
I want to download it. I want to download the game so I can experience it in its native form. I wouldn't want to download. I wouldn't want to play a trial over cloud streaming and, experiencing, lag or input delays or whatever, man. I want it in its native form where I know it's going to be the optimal version.
Oh no, I'm definitely with you on that, but I'm just saying, I think for me personally, it's very convenient. That's one thing. When it came to PS Now, I was doing a lot of streaming on PS Now from my PS4, from all that stuff. Definitely was using that stuff. You know what I mean? And from my experiences with PlayStation streaming, it's not as bad as people make it out.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying like it's bad, you know, like terrible. It's just for me, man, how I enjoy games, it's not over cloud. Like I just not as much at least. Like I'll put up with it if I have to, but if there's an option, especially when it comes to PlayStation 5 titles, I wouldn't want to play a PlayStation 5 title through the cloud. I would want to download that and play it natively.
Yeah, that's why
even if it is a trial.
No, yeah, that's why I really specified the trial, because like I use remote play a lot, especially if I'm at work. Like mostly I do that stuff for like editing videos and I upload it to YouTube or whatnot, then I'll, you know, do whatever. But there are certain games that, you know, like I do see on the game trials, but I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to download it. You know what I mean? I just want to try the game out. If it's cool, it's cool. And I get that, you know what I mean? You're going to be playing at 1080p, 60 and all that stuff. I get that as far as a fidelity thing, but it's the convenient factor of it. Sometimes you're not home and say you want to try it out. But it does make sense now how that Q Lite device is, even though I think it's kind of pointless for that device, where I feel like they could have went full-fledged with an actual handheld and also support the streaming stuff. I can see where they're going with the Q Lite stuff now, with this update here, especially the PS5 games. But yeah, I'm in agreement with people, you know what I mean, especially wanting to fully immerse yourself or fully experience all the fidelity of the game with streaming. But, you know, with the Q Lite device, you can still have that DualSense features while streaming, according to them. We'll see that when it comes out.
I would want. I don't think they're lying about that, but I wouldn't want native, man. Like I don't know why they didn't also give the option to download your games to play it natively and be able to use like a micro SD card or something like that. I'm not sure what the thinking is behind not allowing that. But an all cloud streaming device in this day and age, especially when you got things like the Steam Deck, ROG Ally, even a Switch, you know, it's like, why would you, especially since people have been begging, like, yo, we need a PS Vita successor, you know, try it one more time, do it, you know, go one more round, right? Just to put out an all cloud streaming device, for me personally, very, very disappointing. And, you know, this is not something that I personally will be supporting.
Oh yeah, no, I feel you. But I'm always for the options. You know what I mean? You also have the
how is that an option when it's
no.
one thing?
I'm talking about just the PS5. I'm not even talking about the Q Lite stuff yet. For the PS5, I like the option that you can stream, download, however you want to experience some of these trial demos or, you know, games from the catalog. You have that option there. With the Q Lite thing, I'm in 100% agreement with you. You know what I mean? I definitely felt like they should have had some type of native option to play the games as well on the go. I don't know what the thinking was, just internet or streaming, because obviously that's all dependent on your connection and where you are in the world. But I'm all for the convenient factor as well. As somebody that does cloud streaming a lot, or had done it a lot, I've showcased it a lot. You know what I mean? I'm all for it, you know, them having the option there. That's the only option with a Q Lite. Yeah, I'm agreeing. I'm 100% agrees with you on that for sure. I think that's not a smart idea with that. Yep. But yeah, they also talk about you know, more streaming stuff with the PS3, PS4, and classic titles as well with it. But yeah, this is the PlayStation Plus, you know, update here. I like the celebration. I think the games catalog has been thoroughly improving. I like that they're improving the classic games as well. Killzone Liberation, that was my jam back in the day, man. So seeing that game now, I can play that on PS4 or PS5 with an actual controller. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that, man. I'm with that. But overall, what's your review for the month for June? If you remember the first games as well.
I give it a B+.
Yeah, I'm at A-. I'm with an A-. I'm with an A-. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's always the one that's not showing gameplay. Yeah, we definitely spoke about that, Chris, where, you know, we was talking about people that's talking about Final Fantasy 16 too easy and whatnot, or too boring, but no gameplay to showcase what it's saying. But yo, that's why I'm always going to highlight and congratulate Yoshi P and the team for doing what they did with the timely accessories. Like anybody that posts up gameplay trying to say whatever it is about it will know if you're using those things or not. You know what I mean? And there was definitely some people trying to talk about the gameplay and they had those accessories equipped. So you know what I mean? It was a funny thing to see this week. All right, Persona, let's move on here. Where we're going to talk about some Spider-Man 2 pre-orders. Persona, did you get yours?
Does a plane fly? Absolutely, I got mine. Absolutely, I double dipped. Sorry.
Does a plane fly or does a plane soar?
It does both.
Good answer.
It does both. Nah, yes. But yeah, I got mine.
Spider-Man. Absolutely. Listen, Persona, it was Rocky. It was ASAP Rocky.
Rocky Road.
But we persevered. We got it done. You know, I mean, just to talk about the experiences with it. So pre-orders went live yesterday in the morning for Spider-Man 2. Whether you wanted to pre-order digitally or, you know, the collector's edition or physical edition or whatnot. And listen, I thought, you know, the setup was right. I was looking like Iron Man with Jarvis next to me. I had the 2 screens up, all the tabs up, ready to go. The phone was up, you know, logged in, refresh, all of that. As soon as it was ready to put that thing in the cart, it wasn't added in the cart. You know what I mean? Then when it got added to the cart, we had to wait another queue. After waiting another queue, the cart wasn't working properly where I could have put in my information, or it didn't have my information stored right there because I already logged in. Normally when you order something from PlayStation, everything is just boom, 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 boom. And I was like, what's going on? Then they wanted my card information. I was like, wait, you don't have my card information. Now I got to go get my card. I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on? Then when I reloaded and refreshed, it had my card information, so I didn't have to put it in there manually. You already had it in there. And then when I had the card information there, it would have let me press place order. It was freezing up. Then I had to wait in another queue just so I could place the order. And then when the order got placed, I couldn't review my account because the account stuff was long, and they had me waiting in another queue. And then I finally got everything situated. The pre-order was there. It is done, Persona. What a day. What a stressful time. Persona even knew. He was like, listen, I ain't gonna bother Bari, man, because I think he was like, yo, did you get it? And I was like, yo, the site is messing up. Let
me tell you what my experience was like, right? So I was browsing around the site around like 9:30, 9:45. I signed in. I wanted to make sure I stayed signed in. So like around 9:50, 9:55, I started just keep browsing around the site, looking at different things, clicking different tabs or whatever. 9:59, I started searching Spider-Man 2, 9:55. It wasn't there. 9:59, I did that search. It was there. Boop, boop, boop. 1, 2, 3, click. I was done. Simple, easy. Before the site even started doing like the wait list, the waiting thing, and all that stuff, I was just able to add to cart, check out.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
I got the email right away, everything. I was good. I was like, all right, we good.
Yeah, the email came late. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, because like on Twitter, like, you know what I mean, like I get your notifications. So when I saw like, yo, done, I was like, why is it not working? Yo. I was panicking, boy. I was panicking. I was like, yo, listen, Insomniac, you probably got a very nasty tweet from me. Y'all probably blocked me. But I'm very happy it got done. The collector's edition is here. It's looking amazing. And it's still available. I don't know if this is because the issues, you know, people probably was a little hesitant. It's like, I'm not going through that. I'll come back at a later time or whatnot. Or, you know, the fact that it don't have like a physical, disc within the collector's edition. That could be, you know, people's reasons.
I think that's a big part of it as well.
Yeah, because majority of the PlayStation.
A big part of it is that they don't, because I've seen people asking Insomniac, why is it digital only? And they're like, you know, because there's a lot of digital only consoles out there, so it may, you know, not a lot more, but you know, like you got to account for like the digital only console owners, you know. So if they're buying a collector's edition, what does a disc do? You know, like, doesn't make no sense.
I mean, they make it works out much cheaper for them just having the digital because
Yeah.
the both consoles you can download anything. You know what I mean? So I get that, but a big a big game like Spider-Man, where a lot of people from the outside in or whatnot is looking at it, probably looking at it, oh man, no physical. Like I know God of War is a big game, but this is going to be a huge game right here as well. I think it's going to be a bigger
Well,
game.
I think there's also I think it's three things, right? One is obviously the no physical disc. I think part of it is that. The second thing that we tend to see this a lot, Bari, people don't like getting charged right away. So I think people feel like, oh yeah, am I going to be, because they always, every time there's a pre-order or something, am I being charged right away? Are you charging me right away? Am I being charged? Am I being charged? And I'm like, so, you got those people as well that's probably waiting or don't know, so they hesitate. And then you know how it goes with the third one, where people gonna wait till the last minute. So I think around like October, August, September, especially if they show like another gameplay, like something different, like show him fighting Venom or someone fighting Kraven or something. The next time we see this game, you're gonna have people getting hyped and like, oh yeah, let me buy that, let me grab that. So it was definitely
it's still very early. Like the big enthusiasts, the fans is definitely gonna be pre-ordering now. Some people, they don't even care about no collector's edition. They just want the digital, keep it moving.
They just want the game.
But yeah, that was our experience with Final Fantasy. I'm not yo guys, Final Fantasy is such on my brain, man. It's crazy
on my brain, man.
But that was our experience with when it comes to Spider-Man 2. I was definitely a little scared. I ain't even gonna hold y'all, man. I was scared, man. But let me get some of these.
Question: Do you think we're gonna get special edition Spider-Man controller and plates? Do you think they're gonna wait till later to announce that? I feel like the reason why they didn't announce that now, because they did that with Hogwarts Legacy, they did that with God of War. They didn't announce that right away. They announced the controller later. I feel like, listen, Spider-Man is too big. Spider-Man is too big of a game for them not to do that and capitalize as well. Like, it's too big.
I will say most likely probably like a controller. I can see a controller like a red or
I need plates too, man.
But they haven't been doing any like plates like that. It would be smart for them to do a plate. Smart. But I haven't really seen that. But let me get some of these super chats here from Meat Gamer. Said, what if it had something, or what is it? Something to combat latency, like Stadia? I mean, there's always gonna be latency when it comes to streaming. But it's how low you can make that latency is. It depends on your connection or whatnot. But it's always going to be some type of latency when it comes to streaming. It's unavoidable. Shout out to Meat Gamer as well. Rejoin the ranks, a new member to the WUPS Nation. We appreciate it. And then shout out to Meat Gamer with the $2 once again. He said, "Yo, I'll have a code to give away come launch." Yo, for sure. We're definitely going to be giving away digital codes for Spider-Man 2 before the launch week, for sure. You know what I mean? And then during the launch week, whoever wins, we'll DM you and all that on this channel, for sure. And then shout out to my man Upchuck Gaming with the $4.99 saying, enjoying the show, hit the like button. Can't wait for Final Fantasy 16, man. Yeah, that's dope, man. My man Chuck is enjoying 16. Like I told him too, I said, yo, bro, when you play this, you're going to see. I ain't want to give him no spoilers or nothing. I said, just play that play that demo. It's gonna captivate you, man. It's really, really that good. You know what I mean? So Persona, let's move on to the Ubisoft Forward. I'm gonna let you take away majority of this stuff when it comes to these shows, because you did do an actual live stream reacting to these shows. So talk about the Ubisoft Forward and how did you feel about that live stream and that showcase, man? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it ugly? Persona, the people want to know.
Yo, I got to be honest with y'all, man. Ubisoft surprised the hell out of me this year when it comes to their showcase. Out of all the showcases this year, obviously Summer Game Fest edged it out for me personally because of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
It's on our mind, bro.
I'm sorry, all I'm thinking about is Final Fantasy 16. I'm be honest with you guys. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It edged it out for me with that, but I gave the Ubisoft Forward Showcase an 8.5 out of 10. I think they did a phenomenal job this year in showing what they did a proper game showcase, in my opinion, right? There was still devs on the stage talking. They showed a lot of gameplay. They showed a lot, devs explaining their game while it was being played in the background, and it flowed really well. Like, Ubisoft came out the gate ready to play this year, man. Like, they showed off some really great games that I'm really excited for. There's at least 4 or so games that I'm definitely excited for. I'm picking up from there. Ubisoft,
what's those games like?
Even me.
What you got interested that you saw that like, yo, this show was legit 8 out of 8.5.
Yeah. So for me, with Ubisoft Forward, the games that really stood out to me personally was Prince of Persia. That game, I'm loving everything about that game. I love the music that was being played too. Shout out to the rap song. Prince of Persia looks great. It looks really fun. The combat looks good. That's definitely a day one right there, right? Avatar: Pioneers of the Frontiers of Pandora. This game, they showed the gameplay. I'm liking the gameplay of how it looks. Like, they show some real gameplay, like combat and everything. It's a first-person game. I love the Avatar series, so this is definitely up my alley. The gameplay that we saw, I thought looked great. The world looks very colorful, very vibrant. And the combat, the shooting and everything looked really good as well. So Avatar, Assassin's Creed Mirage. Yo, listen, man, I have been an Assassin's Creed fan since the beginning. I'll tell you, yo, listen, OG Assassin's Creed is always going to be like the pinnacle for me when it comes to the AC games. I think these newer entries of the games have gotten too bloated, too much RPG focus and little focus on like the Assassin's Creed part, the sneakiness, the assassinations and things like that. And everything that I'm seeing with Assassin's Creed Mirage, and even from what the devs have said with the dev diaries, is, we're definitely going back to our roots, right? They've specifically emphasized AC1. And you can even have that. One of the things you could do with AC Mirage is you can actually add that AC1 blue filter that they had with the first game there as well. So everything I'm seeing with Assassin's Creed Mirage is looking like a very old school, back to form Assassin's Creed game, which has me really, really excited. The gameplay looks great. I like Basim as a character. I think he looks really cool, really dope, really interesting. So Assassin's Creed Mirage is another one, and I'm a big AC fan. Like, I buy them all, even in Valhalla and Odyssey. Even I didn't finish those games, I buy them. Like, it's just like with COD, man. Like, there's certain franchises that, like, have my heart, and Assassin's Creed is one of them, as well. So yeah, AC Mirage, definitely gonna be picking that up, playing that. And then the last game, man, which I think was the biggest standout for me personally. I am a huge Star Wars nerd. And Star Wars Outlaws,
100%.
Ubisoft surprised the hell out of me with their Star Wars Outlaws game, man. This game looks phenomenal. Now, I think this game was definitely running on PC. I don't think that was like running on no PlayStation 5, right? But the gameplay for this game, the character, the world, the plant from planet to to spaceship battles and the flying and stuff like that. Everything that I saw with Star Wars Outlaws, it looked phenomenal to me personally. So this is definitely a game that's on my radar coming 2024. And they showed a nice gameplay section. It wasn't just a CGI and moved on. They showed gameplay, man. A ton of gameplay with that game. I'm happy. Very, very happy. So those 4 games were such big standouts because we got such an abundance of gameplay. The devs were explaining what was going on, and like I said, it flowed really well. So the Ubisoft Forward show was really good.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. Like, I didn't catch it live, but when I did catch up with it, I felt like the show flowed really well. They did aspects of things that I like about some of these, like, showcases where, yeah, you're showcasing the game, you're having some devs talk with it, explaining certain things, but it's not too much. You know what I mean? It's not overbearing and whatnot with the whole talk. You also have the gameplay behind it. But yeah, Star Wars Outlaws definitely was a huge highlight when it comes to all of these shows for me. I thought this was an amazing showing of this game. Like, you're probably not gonna get this game anytime soon, but yo, definitely was very, very surprised. And when I saw it at first, I was like, was this the canceled Star Wars game? But it wasn't. The other one was like 13 or something like that, Star Wars. This is like a completely different game. And I like the fact that it's third person too. You know what I mean? The character protagonist looks pretty cool. And yeah, I'm very excited for Star Wars. Prince of Persia, never been like a huge fan of it. Never really played a Prince of Persia game. But this one looks pretty cool, man. This one looks pretty cool. I'm digging the character, the main character. He looks pretty cool. The combat, the flow of the game looks pretty dope. And yeah, that's something that I'm looking forward to just getting into. Like I said, I've never been like a big Prince of Persia dude to play it, but I'll definitely dive into it. The Avatar game, I'm biased. I'm a big Avatar fanboy. So you know what I mean? I'm very, very happy what I saw with it. First person game definitely caught me off guard. I thought they would probably went third person with it. But overall, they still have all the things that I love about Pandora in that world. And yeah, I'm saving Pandora, y'all. Listen, I'm saving Pandora, man. That is an instant cut, bro. They was kind of disrespectful. I ain't even gonna lie to you, Ubisoft. You were a little disrespectful. With your Far Cry charging of your game, $130 for a digital version, and you ain't fully explain what's going on.
That ultimate edition, 130. I was like, oh boy.
Listen,
they
man,
definitely capitalizing off that Avatar hype and that name.
They are Persona, because I'm gonna be a hypocrite. You know, as much as I'm complaining about it, like I said, I'm biased when it comes to Avatar, man. There's no way I'm gonna miss out. I want all the knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog bones with that game. So that 130 is definitely being dropped with the game. You know what I mean? And yo, low key, I've been burned out on Assassin's Creed, but I would be lying to saying that this Assassin's Creed doesn't look good. It looks amazing. This Assassin's Creed, one of my favorite Assassin's Creed is Brotherhood. I love the hell out of that game. The fact that
it's such a great game. You
can use the assassins that you recruit, to help you with some of the assassinations. Use them to cause the distractions and things like that. Playing that stealth, mechanic. Yeah, you're gonna be a great fighter, but I felt like some of the newer Assassin's Creeds, they play a little bit too much into the combat and not much on the actual name of assassination. You know what I mean? You're just bull walking your way throughout some of these people with trained guards, and that's decimating everybody out in these games, man. But I love the fact that they're going back to their roots with it. So it looks really good. I'm very surprised the game is only $50. I think it was like $49.99, or it could be $60. I'm one of them.
Oh, it's $49.99. It's $50.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, okay.
Because this is a much smaller game. It's not going to be like the size of like a Valhalla or something like that.
Gotcha.
Much smaller game.
But yeah, overall, Persona, man, I would agree with your assessment and your score, man. I mean, obviously they show other things, spoke about everything's like, Brawlhalla, adding some new characters in there, which I think is cool. My niece and nephews, they love that game, Brawlhalla. Sometimes I play with them, but they're super nasty in that joint. But the crew is always going to be something that they're going to add an update. Rocksmith Plus and all that stuff. Those things I'm not really interested in, but they showed enough for me to be like, yeah, this is a pretty cool showing. You know what I mean? Pretty cool showing. They still updating the Division. You know what I mean? Like Ubisoft, okay,
Division,
we see you, man.
That's that mobile game, though. Like a whole lot.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, but it's still something. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm good too in it. I'm
good.
Overall, yeah, I think Ubisoft had a very strong showing. But Persona, let's move on to now Capcom, man. Capcom, talk to me about Capcom. Capcom presents.
Oh shit. This Capcom showcase was probably is the worst showcase that I saw this year so far. Only reason why I gave it a 2 out of 10 because I was being nice. It was a waste of time. It could have been an email. It could have been a series of tweets. They could have had that stuff being shown at Summer Game Fest or PlayStation Showcase or wherever. It was a waste. I did not like the showcase at all. It was boring. They showed the same B-roll footage of Dragon's Dogma 2, nothing new. They gave us the name of two of the main characters in the game. and that was it, and had the same trailer running back like on repeat. It was just bad, man. Pragmata was the only saving grace there, and that was even a letdown because that game is now delayed indefinitely, pretty much. Like there is no date for it. I think it's coming out 2025. The small little gameplay sections that we saw in Pragmata, I thought were it looks interesting, with the shooting and the movement and stuff like that. It definitely has my attention. Very intrigued. But outside of Dragon's Dogma 2 and Pragmata, nothing else there intrigued me. Exo Primo, I played the demo. I mean, the beta for this game. It's not a game that I would play personally. Like put time into. I definitely wouldn't spend money on it. And it got very boring very quickly. I think the mech suits that you have or the armors are pretty interesting. And they all are very unique, but the game itself and the gameplay loop, I just can't do that, man. That shit was boring as hell. And everything else, I didn't really have no interest. I don't really care for Ace Attorney too much. I think, it's not really something I'm clamoring for. And what was that other game, that detective game? I'm good, man. Just the rest of that shit was just not interesting to me. It was a bad show. It was a very, very bad show.
Yo, Persona.
2 out of 10. Yeah.
I remember when we spoke about the Capcom thing, I told people, I think I told people in this chat too. I was like, yo, it's going to be an Exo Primal showcase, bro.
That's what they spent the most time on, bro. They spent like 10 minutes on that shit.
Even though I said that, I'm still very shocked at this presentation. And I'm going to tell you why. Not Exo Primal. Dragon's Dogma, I have no experience with Dragon's Dogma. Matter of fact, I think I played a little bit of PS4, but I'm not like clamoring for it. I do hear a lot of great things about it. Maybe it will pique my interest. Maybe I'll go back. I'm not too sure. Pragmata was something I'm very interested in. This game got delayed not once, twice. This game's supposed to come out like late 2021. Then it got pushed to 2022. Then it got pushed to 2023. Okay. And that's the little snippet that you showed, what you showed. I'm like, yo, what's the point? I was so confused.
I think that game is definitely going through some developmental problems.
It looks beautiful though, man. Like you showing all these beautiful screenshots. The gameplay doesn't look bad at all. It looks pretty good too, but I'm just like, I'm thinking I was going to see a little bit more of that, man. I was like, Capcom, don't do this. Another thing, the Ace Attorney games, played them on the 3DS stuff, played them on the old school times. Am I clamoring for Ace Attorney? Not really. I do think they're very enjoyable, but at this time and moment, there's other things on the priority list for me personally. You know what I mean? So no disrespect. I did enjoy them, but nah, I'm good right now. Exo Primal, I'm good. What I'm very shocked about is that you have a new character coming out for Street Fighter 6, and any type of trailer wasn't there. They're probably saving that stuff for like Evo, but no, I think the character comes out in July. It comes out in July.
Does he?
I think it does. Chuck or Dre is in the chat. They can definitely remind me, but I think the character comes out in July, bro. From what I saw in the roadmap, you know what I mean. It comes out before Evo. I think I'm pretty sure. I think that's what I saw. So looking at the showcase, I'm like very surprised that there was no trailer for any of those characters. You know what I'm saying? Like they're coming out. I think who's supposed to come out? I think it's Rashid or it's Aki. One of them coming out. Rashid
is first.
So honestly, I'm like, yo, Capcom, man, this is the second time you did a showcase that was just like, in my opinion. But we all know Capcom got amazing games. You know what I mean? I'm sure the games are going to be amazing. They're going to play amazingly. Exo Primal, I'm good on that. Pragmata, I'm very interested in that. Dragon's Dogma, does due to the hype of like, Persona and other people in the community. I definitely check that out. But overall, listen, you got to bring a little bit more to the table than this, in my personal opinion, if you're going to title something as a showcase. Unless it's a very game focused.
I might as well call it a Exo Primal Direct.
Yeah, like if it's that's what they should have highlighted. Like, yeah, this is what we're going to focus on. Don't just generically.
I think Exo Primal, like the hype for that is just not there either. Like they're doing another beta like 2 weeks for the game drop. the hype not the pre-order numbers not there and the hype ain't there, man. And they see that, so that's why they trying to stir that hype up.
Yeah, they're trying to build some type of hype for you.
I think that game is DOA, bro. Like I think that shit gonna come and go, and they gonna announce before the end of this year that they shutting down the servers for that shit. I'm telling you, I don't see that game having a long lifespan, personally speaking.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, it is launching in other services, so we'll definitely see how the game is gonna be holding up. Obviously, I just feel like it's launching at a bad time, man. You know what I mean? That game, this Exo Primer should have launched beginning of the year or something like that, or even last year, in my opinion. But we'll definitely see. So yeah, that's our thoughts on the Ubisoft and the Capcom showcases. We did give our thoughts on the Summer Game Fest and the PlayStation Showcase in prior streams. So if you missed that, definitely go and check that out. But I want to talk about this Persona, man. I want to talk about some Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon gameplay.
Oh,
shout out to Games Prey. I'm using their gameplay here because there's no commentary and all that stuff. And Games Prey is pretty cool when it comes to the showcase and that stuff. But here's some gameplay of Armored Core 6, man. It's been a long time since I played an Armored Core game, but this looked like they thoroughly improved on everything. The movement, the speed of the game, it's much more flashier because Armored Core, I don't remember it being so flashy and all that stuff. Yeah, you have your shooting, your dashing and all that stuff, but this looks like it's going to be a little bit more, I don't want to say casual experience because I know it's not going to be, but they definitely have all the flair to capture people that's going to be casually playing this game, if that makes any sense. But yeah. What's your overall thoughts on seeing some of this gameplay, man? Armored Core 6, man.
Yeah, so I got to be honest, man. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm the biggest Armored Core hardcore gamer in the world. You understand? I played one on PS2, and that was really it. I didn't really stick with the entirety of the series like that. So, I just want to put that disclaimer out there, right? I'm not an Armored Core pro. But I am very, very familiar with how the series, is and how it plays. Mechs, it looks great. Like from a combat perspective, the world, this boss fight that we're looking at, and some of the enemies that we're fighting, man. I am very, very impressed with what I'm seeing here, man. This definitely looks like it's going to be a very great looking game to look at, but also a great game to play, building up your own mechs. Because I watched Fracture Life's gameplay breakdown because he had a little bit more kind of showing off how you can upgrade your suits and stuff like that. And, just upgrading your legs and your thrusters and all that stuff, man, getting into the nitty gritty to build your ultimate Armored Core suit, man. It's just going to be really, 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 really fun to do in this game. And this gameplay, I was already sold off the game just off jump. But this gameplay got me even more excited for August to jump into this game and really, really dive deep into the lore and into the story and into that online, man, fighting against other mechs and stuff like that. This was a great showing. I'm very happy to see this.
Yeah, 100%, man. I'm loving the speed of everything. Obviously, you're gonna have to worry about overheating and all that stuff when it comes to Armored Core. So I'm pretty sure a lot of things that they're showing here is just to capture a lot of people's attention to the game, but you're gonna have to definitely build up, do a lot of missions, gain your money to get a lot of some of these components to get your stuff moving like this. One thing I definitely noticed is the world looks much, much more expansive, looks way, way bigger. Obviously, It should. And I'm only basing this off of the ones that I've played. I don't know about the ones on PS2 like that for sure, the PS3 ones. But overall, it just looks really, really dope, and it looks fun as hell. You know what I mean? I like some of the micromanagement stuff that's going to come with Armored Core, so I'm definitely with it. But I just like, look at that, yo! I just like how much pizzazz this joint got, man. They definitely upped it up.
Game is really good. Yeah, the flare on this game looks really good.
They definitely upped this thing, man, and I'm pretty sure when it comes to Armored Core, the community itself would definitely help people out You know, they obviously gonna have the cocky people like, you shouldn't have bought the game in the first place. You don't know how to do things. You know what I mean? But there's gonna be people that's gonna help you.
I do want people to understand what they're getting themselves into though with an Armored Core game. It's a very hardcore franchise and a very hardcore game. You know, it's not just something where, you know, you kind of just farm, you know, souls and, you know, like, nah, this is definitely a game that you're really gonna have to like take some time to get into and master and build the perfect mech for you and how you see fit. But I do think that, like, you know, this series making a comeback like this, I think it's going to do pretty well, especially in the position where From Software is right now, coming off the success of Elden Ring. All Eyes is definitely on this game. People are looking at what is the next thing From Software is making. So I definitely think this is going to do pretty well, especially amongst newcomers as well. So I can't wait to see and play this game.
Hey, yo, people say Armored Core gameplay looks boring without showing any gameplay. Yo, you know it's gonna come, bro. They're gonna be like, this game is easy. You know
Yo,
I mean?
facts.
Yo, shout out to my man Chris Righteous in the building, man. We'll definitely get Chris on one of these days. You know, especially after they know a little bit more Final Fantasy in our veins. You know what I mean? But yo, Persona, let's talk about this real quick, man. Cause I'm pretty shocked by seeing this news, bro. Cause I felt like the two games, the first game it did pretty well, but it did die down pretty quick. The second game, the story was really, really good. I think a lot of people enjoyed that. The multiplayer didn't really capture everyone so much, but it still has some good components, some good concepts to it. But Titanfall 3 was in development for 10 months before being canceled. Ex-developer claimed. So there's a claim going around here that Titanfall 3 was in development, but it's no longer in development under Respawn, man. You know, which is kind of shy. I felt like Titanfall definitely has like a house, not a household name, but it's definitely a popular name now where people can recognize it. To see that a part 3 is being canceled, it's kind of shocking to me. You know what I mean? What's your thoughts overall on this, man?
So I actually wish developers would stop doing this. Because it's like ripping the Band-Aid or ripping the scab off of a wound that's still trying to heal, right? Stop telling. Why would you tell the community, yeah, we were making something and we quit, or it's not, or it got canceled, whatever? Like, what does that do for the community? What does that do for
rally us up?
You know, it pisses people off even more. Especially, you know, I've been wanting the Titanfall 3 for a while now, man. That Titanfall 2 was such a great game. Like, that story, everything about that game was really, really good. And to me at least, and you know, the fact that we don't get a Titanfall 3, man, I think that sucks, man. It deserves a third game. I would love for it to have the third game. And saying stuff like this does nothing for nobody, man. You know, like, stop doing that stupid shit, man. Like, really and truly stop. I'd rather you just not say anything at all.
I'm surprised something like this even came out. Because, you know, there's NDAs, there's disclosure agreements and things like that will happen even if you leave a job or get fired or whatnot. But seeing EA and Respawn, you know, they had Star Wars. I think they got some success off of that. Apex Legends is a huge game. I'm just surprised that something like a Titanfall wouldn't implement some of those things that the other games have. Like, yeah, the story in Titanfall 2, I thought it was amazing, but evolving Titanfall multiplayer with probably some type of, you know, mechanics from like Apex. You know what I mean? I'm surprised that they wouldn't want to continue within that. You know what I mean? But this is hearsay, you don't know. So take this with a grain of salt. But this is coming from Inside Gaming. And they got a pretty good track record over there, you know, with Tom Henderson and all those guys over there. But when I saw it, I was definitely like, oh damn, I would have loved Titanfall 3. You know what I mean? Improve on 2. You know what I mean? Give more play style to people instead of having people. Because what happens with Titanfall is that, yeah, you do have a lot of tools and stuff that you have in the game, but people tend to stick to like what just works and take away the cloaking stuff, man, in these games, man. It's not needed. You have all this movement options. You have all these things. Take away that dumbass cloaking mechanic in these goddamn game, man. Annoying as hell. That's what killed it for me with Titanfall, is the cloaking shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that cloak was really strong on the field, especially even in high gun situations. somebody could just flank with that cloak and just wash the whole team.
Yeah, and the servers wasn't that good in Titanfall 2. It was not good at
Mhm.
all. But here's the last bit of news before we get into the topic, man. Just want to, showcase some PSVR 2 games that's coming. So PlayStation's highlighting 4 PSVR 2 games announced: Tiger Blade, Wanderer, The Fragments of Fate, Pixel Ripped, 1995, and The Seventh Guest VR, man. So some of these games look really, really cool, man. Like this Tiger Blade game looks pretty cool, I say. Where they got these nice little quick little trailers here, just showcasing some of them. But yeah, I think PSVR 2, the game I'm waiting for is Synapse, or that's the game I'm waiting for. That's pre-ordered, ready to go. Very excited for that. I like them, magic ability. It looked like some BioShock type, time splitters type game. But yeah, VR 2, very, very successful, looking pretty good. But they're highlighting some of these games here for it, man. Any of these caught your eye? The Wanderer probably one of those little chill ones.
Yeah, for me, Synapse is a game I'm definitely looking at. Honestly, Firewall Ultra, man, that's like one of the biggest games that I'm waiting on.
Yeah, man. Where is
I don't know
that?
where that. Yeah, I don't know where that game is at, man. It's pretty wild and bizarre that we still haven't really got anything. But yeah, Tiger Blade looks really good. I was just looking at that. That definitely looks like something I'd play. Also, Pixel Ripped 1995. Those 2 games are the standouts for me.
Yo, this Wanderer game that visually looks amazing. Let me see Pixel Ripped. Yeah, that's looking. See what
Definitely
that's hitting for.
Type of game I would be playing for sure.
Ooh, the old school joint. Okay. Oh, is this like a beat 'em up joint? Oh no, this is like a story ass game. Oh, you like in a video game? Okay, yo, okay. You in a video game playing a video game?
Yeah, that's my cup of tea right there. I can definitely rock out with that.
And then the last game here, The Seventh Guest. But yeah, PlayStation VR. A lot of games coming out for PSVR 2. A lot of games out right now. So, I know a lot of the people's narratives is that PlayStation not going to be supporting this headset, but on a monthly basis, new games are coming out. So I feel like if you do have a VR headset, there's enough there for you to support your purchase, or to support your play style or your gaming with it. But I will say this though, there's a lot of great games coming out that's not in VR too. So it's definitely a cool place to get the best of both worlds on the PlayStation side, where you have your TV games and you have your VR games ready to go, man. So
100%.
4 PlayStation VR games coming. Firewall Ultra, we're looking at you. Synapse, looking at you as well, man. But if you guys made it this far in the show, here are your trophies.
Fire.
There we go. Let me just do a quick little check here. Yeah, shout out to my man Hola Moco with a 50 Seek. He said Spider-Man 2 will sell like crazy. Not only the new enemies are amazing, but you got Spidey, Miles, and Venom, and Across the Spider-Verse is out. Fire. Then Hola Moco came back with a 50 Seek again. Spider-Man 2. Oh wait, is this the same thing? He said Spider-Man 2 will sell like crazy. The iconic enemies, you got Spidey, Miles, and Venom. Across the Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse is out, which hypes the game even more. Oh, he just added a little bit more ad-lib to the first super chat. Gotcha. But yo, guys, you made it this far in the show, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Hit the like button. We got two little topics here we're going to be talking about just quickly, nice and short, just to get everybody's their vibe and what they're most anticipating. So Persona, man, first question here. One game and one game to rule them all. out of all the showcases that you have seen so far in the Summer Game Fest, whatever it is, whatever it's called, what was your favorite game showing from these showcases? Favorite game?
It says 4 anticipated. Am I supposed to get 4 or 1?
No, this is the first question. The second one, I'm going to...
All right.
Since I know you, and I know you well, I want you to list one game and then an honorable mention. All right?
Thank you.
I know he's going to be struggling, like, man, but this and that. But, you know, but I want to, you know, then you're going to list 3 games regardless, even though I said the question, I wanted 1 game. But go ahead.
Spider-Man 2, honorable mention, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth.
Gotcha.
What about you?
We're going to slide to the left.
Hey.
Slide to the right.
Hey.
Crisscross. All you gotta do is flip that thing over there, Persona, man. Spider, I keep saying Spider-Man. Yo, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth trailer was definitely my highlight, and then Spider-Man 2 gameplay. You know, the vibe, that's the honorable mention, man. But now, Persona, I want you to list 4 games, your most anticipated upcoming games. So this is coming out from next week to early next year. You know what I mean? Nothing beyond that. All right. And nothing that doesn't have like a locked in release window or date. You know what I mean? 4 most anticipated.
So if it says coming 2024, I can name that game.
No, because it doesn't have a window
like an early 2024. Or
yeah.
Or whatever. Okay. All right. Got you. Okay. I got it. I'm gonna start with the obvious. Final Fantasy 16.
Who would have known?
Who would have thought, right? Who would have thunk it, right?
Who would have thunk it?
Final Fantasy 16, one of my most anticipated games of this year. I cannot wait for this game. Shocker, I know. Second game, Spider-Man 2. One of my most anticipated games of this year. Shocker, I know. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. One of my most anticipated games of coming early 2024. Shocker, I know. Bari, and then last but not least,
that boy is struggling.
I am.
It's water, by the way. I just got some vitamins and minerals in there. I know it looks crazy. Trust me, but it's.
The last one is.
Having a hard time over there, sir? Having a hard time over there, champ? For someone to say, man, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Fantasy Relink.
Persona, do you want to see a magic trick?
Yeah, I want to see a magic trick.
This is why you my brother from another mother. And there will be no other. Did I stutter?
Nah, you ain't stutter.
So, this is ordered, by the way. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, early 2024. Final Fantasy 16, next week. Marvel Spider-Man 2, October 20th. And then Grand Blue Fantasy versus Ryzen / Relink. I know I cheated. I apologize. Which is going to be summer, and then the other one's going to be winter. So yeah, those are my most anticipated games so far. Upcoming games that's officially announced. I got a window and all that stuff. There's obviously other games as well, but the topic is 4. What are your 4 anticipated games, guys? We got some Final Fantasy in here, Grand Blue, Relink. Let me see what other people got, man. Final Fantasy Rebirth, my most anticipated game. Mac, that's why you're a man of culture. We know you a Mac. We know you're a man of culture, Mac. Yo, shout out to my man BG in the building, man. I will be a guest on Weapon Wheel tomorrow. I think Bond is not going to be there though, so unfortunately he's not going to be there. Surprising, ain't it? But Shout out to my man Bond, man. As much I got a lot of respect for Bond though. I know he plays RPG games, but listen, we gotta tackle a few things, man. You know what I mean? Oh, Metaphor. For my man Turks is in there.
Yeah, that game looks great too. Metaphor looks really good.
Yeah, I got to see a little bit more,
Metaphor
man.
Refantasio.
Yeah, I got to see a little bit more Metaphor, man. It looks very it looks very similar,
very Persona-ish
to everything else. They say it's a new game.
Yeah,
it's a new game. You know what I mean? Yo, Blue Protocol, that's a good one. That looked really good too, man.
That's a good one.
That anime game that PlayStation is showing, that looks really good too. Let me get the actual name of it.
Yo, the reason why I didn't mention Stellar Blade is because I don't know if that's coming out this year.
Yeah, they didn't put an actual window. I mean, they did say 2023, but yeah, Tower of Fantasies, that looked pretty good, man.
Yeah,
not gonna lie,
that looks
very, very good, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Also, to close out the show, guys, just want to get that fair warning there. I'm pretty sure we did highlight a little bit of it, but Final Fantasy 16, there are physical copies out there in the world, and with that being said, narrative-driven game, story-driven game, you want to be on your P's and Q's, very careful how you traverse the internet because spoilers will be had. So, just a quick little advice I would suggest is, go to your Twitter settings or even YouTube or whatnot and mute out certain words like Final Fantasy 16, Clive, the hashtags,
mute all of the dominance
icons,
names,
the dominance,
and icons names, mute all that, mute Valistia,
everything,
mute Dalmekian, mute all that shit, man.
Mm-hmm. Yo, I was when I saw that that it leaked, or not leaked, but there's local there's copies out there. I went right to Twitter and I muted a whole bunch of words. You can't mix me up either, man. Cause I spaced them out, everything. The Final Fantasy news now that I see on here, like it will be muted, and I see a certain person would type on it. I'm like, oh, okay, I know this person is typing about Final Fantasy, so let me go clicking it. From the official page, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, you gotta be careful out there, man. Because you do have those gaming curmudgeons, those people that are upset in the world that don't want to see you happy and play your game on a platform that you prefer and love. They will go out there and will try to ruin it and try to spoil everything for you, just so they can get a little laugh and giggle. You know what I mean? So, PlayStation Nation, let's be smart. Let's avoid that stuff. And when it comes to games on other platforms as well, you know what I mean? If you guys participate in those console wars and all that stuff, don't do what they do out here, man. You know what I mean? Let them enjoy their games, and hopefully that will reflect in the people that, they ignore you and make you enjoy your games that you love on your platform. But just be wary out there that it's possible that it could be, any type of leaks, any type of spoilers could be out there on the internet, man.
Yep, 100%.
A Persona.
Yo.
With that being said,
yes, sir.
Let's give these wonderful people, the PlayStation Nation, the WUPS Nation, their platinum trophy.
Absolutely, that's platinum. Ooh.
Here's the PS4 version.
Absolutely. Ooh.
Yo, I love that sound. I love that sound. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for the show, guys. We appreciate you guys coming through and rocking out with us. But yeah, episode 130 is in the books. Like I said early in the show, next week there will be no podcasts. We'll be thoroughly enjoying Final Fantasy 16. You know what I mean? Exploring the world of Valistia and seeing what the store is hitting for, man. But your Persona, hit us with your outro.
Yes,
let the people know where they can find you, what you got coming up, how you enjoy your weekend. Happy Juneteenth coming up on Monday,
brother.
What's good?
Yeah, man. So first off, man, big shout out to the WUPS Nation, the WUPS community, man. We definitely appreciate y'all so much rocking out with us for episode 130 of What's Up PlayStation Podcast. We hope you did enjoy the show. And even though it was a light news week, we still managed to go 2.5 hours. Like, how's that possible? There's a light news week. You know why? Because you're dealing with two brothers that love to talk, man. Yeah, hey, we can definitely entertain, trust. But we do hope you guys did enjoy the show. We really do. And as for me, man, I do want to make an announcement as well. You know, I am taking a break from Twitter for a little while. I'm signing out, just taking a big break. And on Monday, so after the holiday weekend, I'm taking a break. So I'm definitely going to be off Twitter for quite a while. You know, probably about
I might be right there with you.
About 2 weeks or two or 3 weeks or so, maybe even a month. I'm taking a break, man. I need a break. You know, it you know, I love the community. I rock with the community heavy. But sometimes you got to take breaks, man. And this is one of those times, especially, you know, Final Fantasy 16 is coming out. I'm on vacation. It just felt right to just, you know what, just take a break from everything and completely recharge. So about 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to be off Twitter and not really responding to anybody or anything. So yeah, you know, but if you've got, you know, if you follow me on YouTube or you know, on PSN or whatever, you know, I'll definitely be online or whatever, or doing that. Or in terms of content's gonna be pretty light as well. I am probably gonna do like a thoughts video on 16 once the game comes out, just to give my first impressions after playing a couple more hours of the game. I might do a Street Fighter 6 lobby stream, probably tomorrow or something, or probably Monday, because you know, doing some adult things today, so
Yeah, plus
I'm not gonna be able to do that
tomorrow.
Oh, they are? So I'll probably just pull up to that and whatnot. And yeah, man, listen, Final Fantasy 16, man, I'm definitely gonna be posting combat videos on YouTube for sure, different little combat clips and stuff like that. But yo, listen, man, I do appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking out with us, man, all the time. It really is appreciated. You can follow me on Twitter at Persona Speaks. You can sub to my YouTube channel, Gaming with Persona. And yeah, man, we appreciate y'all so much, man. I appreciate you. And shout out to y'all.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to my bro Persona, man. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you do need to take that breaks, man. Trust me. I know. I'll quickly take a break. You guys tell me twice. How am I feeling now when it comes to 16? Like, yo, you guys got to understand sometimes, man, when it comes to like games that you're thoroughly anticipating, you just want to dive in and just enjoy that to the highest capacity, man. So sometimes you just gotta, you know what I mean, log out of Twitter, log out of YouTube and all that stuff and just like enjoy it. And then yeah, you can post your stuff and after that, you know, revitalize yourself a little bit, man. Trust me, it's definitely needed sometimes. Especially with these conversations and these gaming streets, man. It's just weird out here, man. Right. But big shout out to everyone, like I said, that came through. If you don't mind, hit the like button if you enjoyed the show. Shout out to all of the new comments that we do see on here on WUPS. Make sure you subscribe though. You know what I mean? We'll appreciate that. If you want to say these outlandish comments, hit that subscribe button.
Subscribe.
You know what I mean? we got snipers out here, man. You know what I mean? Where we do have moderators and we do have, you know, the second tier moderators where they'll snipe your joint. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Make sure
don't think you're gonna get away with being rude in the comments, because trust and believe, it ain't gonna work.
Facts, man. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. It definitely helps us as we try to grow out here on YouTube. It definitely helps us land in, you know, some of the bigger, you know, guests or interviews and whatnot. Also, like I said, like in previous streams, we will be, you know, trying to get in contact with people if they want to be a part of What's Up PlayStation podcast as far as being a guest. If you are going to be a part of the podcast and be a guest, it is not a requirement to be on camera, but, you know, we'll have a picture there for you. Or if you do want to be on camera, like in previous streams, you know, we'll have a place there where we updated our overlay and whatnot. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. Shout out to my man Hola Mocha, man, becoming a WUPS Nation member. We appreciate that, man. That's the guy right there. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy Final Fantasy 16, man. You know what I mean? I will be uploading a lot of content. You know what I mean? I will give people like a good week, you know, week and a half before I start uploading like the boss fights, stuff like that. I know people tend to get upset when it comes to me uploading boss fights, but I do be waiting though, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I do be waiting. So if you guys see boss number 1 or boss number 2 and all that stuff, and it's like 2 weeks later, that's not a me problem. That's a you problem. You know what I mean?
Like, yo, I feel like a week after the game launches is a respectable time to like start uploading early game boss fights.
But these are the same people that would go right to IGNs, right? Go to GameStop and watch their demo playthrough and all that stuff getting spoiled. What y'all want to have an issue with me? Unsubscribe to my channel because I uploaded boss number 2. You know what I mean?
Talk to him.
But nah, man. Like I said, guys, can't say it enough. Thank you for supporting What's Up PlayStation podcast. And like I say, if you enjoyed this episode, hit the like button. And look out for content from me and Persona. It's definitely going to be coming. I do have like 1 or 2 more videos that I'm going to be uploading and giving my thoughts on certain things. I was going to do a speak from home. I'm still on the fence of doing that. I kind of want to enjoy this weekend and like do some adult things as well. Me and Persona was talking about that stuff. And setting up a podcast and all that stuff, it does take a little time to do that. But we'll see how I feel because it is a long weekend. But other than that, if you're new, haven't subscribed yet, hit that button. And if you really, really enjoy, hit that membership, join the WUPS Nation, and spam up the emotes in the chat, man. But with that being said, episode 130 is in the books. And Persona, send us off, my brother.
Yes, sir. So always remember, guys, What's Up PlayStation podcast is a podcast for the community, by the community. We appreciate all of you. And we'll see you guys not next Saturday, but the same time, same place, same crew, the WUPS crew. And we'll see you guys on July 1st, man, for episode 131 of What's Up PlayStation podcast. We appreciate you guys. Peace.
Oh, yeah. See you guys on Weapon Wheel tomorrow as well. And Plus Some Block is doing open lobby for Street Fighter tomorrow as well. We'll see you guys later.